good.
Live from the Tucson Arena, this is University of Arizona Hockey. It's time to drop the puck with Timothy Gasson, the voice of the Wildcats. So let's head to the action with Arizona Wildcats Hockey.
Hi everybody, welcome to the Tucson Arena, where the Arizona Wildcats will take on the Western Michigan University. Hi everybody, I am Will Harmon, joined by Tom Callahan. And Tom, a new series, a new weekend series here for the Wildcats. You know, they had a 2-1 series last week. Kind of can hit the reset button here. And one of the things we highlighted the last week was the penalty kill from Arizona and how strong they are defensively. Talk a little bit about how the Arizona team defensively is kind of a wall for the other opponents.
No, it starts at the net out. Anthony Sherwood's been great for this team, and he'll be starting again tonight. He provides them with a chance to win every single night. He makes big saves when he's called upon, contains his rebounds very well, so they feel very confident having him back there. So it starts from the goal, but then as you move out from there, you mentioned the penalty kill, but also the 5-on-5 defense. They're pretty stout in front of the net. They're very good at taking away a lot of lanes and a lot of space and time, and I think this is going to be an interesting series this week because as much as U of A can sometimes be undisciplined and put that penalty kill in the spotlight, it's the same for Western Michigan, and so it'll be very interesting to see if U of A is the team that can hold its cool and kind of put the onus on then Western Michigan to try to stay out of the box because, as we all know, U of A's power play has also got a lot of talent on it.
Yeah, they had a lot of set plays off the power play last week as well. A lot of great scoring chances as well. Obviously, the penalty kill is very strong. You never want to send a guy to the box, though. There's a guy, Wyatt Ford, who is on Western Michigan, 27 points this year, 9 points in the last 2 games. And this is a hot team. They've won 5 of their last 6, and they're going to come in here looking ready to continue that.
Yeah, Ford's tied for 9th in ACHA scoring, so as he comes in here, obviously the league leader, or the team leader, I should say, and shooting for the team lead, but 9 points in the last 2 games, you're doing something right. So you got to keep an eye on that guy and contain him, but Western Michigan really only has a couple of big names as far as putting pucks in the net. Other than that, they play physical. They try to beat you up, wear you down a lot. But again, now we're going to talk about discipline, because for both teams that's going to be a big thing, and I think Western Michigan has gotten themselves into trouble a little bit this year when they haven't been disciplined. It's cost them some games, and U of A hasn't run into where it's really started costing them games yet, but it certainly makes some games closer than they should be. So I really look for the Wildcats to try to just pull it back, be disciplined tonight, and you know, if you can take away that top line for Western Michigan, I think you're going to have a pretty darn good shot at a W.
Yeah, and one of the keys to that will be Matthew Hull, defenseman for Arizona, sophomore. Our own Autumn Freutland spoke with him before the game. Let's see what Autumn had to say.
Hi, I'm Autumn Freutland, and I'm here with number 13, Matthew Hull. Matthew, tonight you guys are taking on Western Michigan University. This is not a team you guys get to see a lot of, so how do you prepare for these games?
It's mostly through our film. You know, our coach does a pretty good job at it, but mostly you just want to come into every game, you know, same way, just trying to be the best you can.
Now, you guys played Oklahoma last weekend. It did get pretty physical in a lot of those games, so are you guys expecting physicality to make an appearance tonight?
Most likely, yeah. We're expecting physicality almost every game in this league, so we just got to match that and keep playing with our speed and just match the physicality as much as possible.
Awesome. Well, we will be speaking with Matthew Hull, and we will send it back up to the booth.
All right, thank you, Autumn. One of the things we've discussed with the Arizona team as well is the consistency. You know, even in game, you know, some shifts are here, some shifts are there. Some games are here, some games are there. About halfway through the season now, that's one of the things I think this team needs to fine-tune a little bit.
Absolutely, and heading into the playoffs, that's what's going to take you a long way, is if you are consistent. Consistent effort is one thing, consistent in your game plan, and that's something I know that Coach Chad Berman talks about a lot with these guys is, hey, let's play our game. Let's execute our game. If you can get the other team responding to what you're doing, that's having a lot of success on the ice. And U of A, we've seen them do that this year more than a few times. I think they did it last weekend to some great effect and came out with a couple of wins in 3 games. So looking for them tonight to really kind of take it to Western Michigan. And, you know, you got to circle the start. Coming out flat is not going to get it done against a team that's as physical as Western Michigan, because if you get behind or you get frustrated early, that's going to lead to a very long night and a parade to the box. U of A can't afford to do that.
Yeah, they've gotten into the box a lot, but they've also been able to kill off those, like we had mentioned. Something else to highlight with Western Michigan: they're 7-5. 2 of those losses, though, against Adrian, the #1 ranked team in ACHA. Again, Wyatt Ford had 2 goals and 2 assists in those 2 games, though. So obviously he is very capable of being able to put up numbers against anybody. Looking forward to this matchup here. We'll be right back with the starting lineups and national anthem for you. You're watching University of Wildcats hockey.
Tonight, your Wildcats take on the Broncos from Western Michigan University. Here's the starting lineup for the visiting Broncos. Starting at left wing, number 16, Drew Wada. At right wing, number 91, Devin Farkas. At the center position for the Broncos, number 27, Wyatt Ford. At left defense, number 78, Corey Siwula. At right defense, number 20, Sean Adams. And in the nets tonight for the Broncos, number 33, Alex Hubbard. The head coach is Chris Brasser. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome onto the ice, your Arizona Wildcats. and gentlemen, here's the starting lineup for your Wildcats. Starting at left wing, number 10, Dawson Marshall. At right wing, number 21, Jesse Lowell. At the center position for your Cats, number 28, Alex Johansson. At left defense, number 20, Manny Rowe. At right defense, number 13, Matthew Hall. And in the nets tonight for your Wildcats, number 30, Anthony Churro. The head coach of your Wildcats is Chad Berman. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise. Gentlemen, remove your hats and face the south goal for our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And against red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of
All right, here we are at Tucson Arena getting ready to go. Tom Callahan alongside Will Harmon. And Western Michigan in town for a pair here against your University of Arizona Wildcats. The Wildcats coming into this game with an 11-2-2 mark, 7-5 on the season for Western Michigan. And Will, we expect Western Michigan's going to be a tough out tonight.
Yeah, they have a really strong top line. Again, Wyatt Ford, a guy who's one of the best in ACHA. And then on the other side, that Arizona defense, front line by Anthony Churro and his great play. They're going to be in for a good one here, trying to stop Wyatt Ford and the rest of this Western Michigan University team. I'm excited to see kind of how they handle this as well. They've had a strong defensive season in general, but you want to see the offense clicking as well.
Let's take a quick look at tonight's starting lineups here as we get ready to go. And starting in net tonight, it's going to be Anthony Churro, 7-1-0 on the year with a 1.32 goals against average, 944 save percentage. He'll be opposed by Alex Hufford, 6-4-0 on the season, and already we're underway. Churro playing the puck aside, and I look for Western Michigan, who they're notably physical. I feel like they really have to bring the attack and the physical pace to Arizona right away in this one.
Yeah, and that's one of the things I highlight a lot in a lot of these broadcasts is the penalties. It's going to be physical, but you got to stay out of the box as well. But when you are in the box, you got to kill those off, and you got to take advantage of those power plays.
Alex Johansson with a wraparound chance early on that Hufford got the left pad on. Puck ends up back out at center. Hufford will have to tee it up behind the net. Siwula putting it around the right side wall, and the puck just creeps over the blue line. Edgecote Tipping it back in. Both teams will change things up. Not quite a minute into this opening frame here. And Shuro will slow it down for the whistle. 56 seconds in. Now no real need to play that one out. Had a little bit of a forecheck pressure coming at him. So take the chance, let your centers do their job. And as Chris Westland steps in for this face-off. That's something Arizona, they were a little sloppy in the circle last weekend, but I think they got better in each game as the games wore on. But they always seem to start a little slow. This time Westland able to win it back. Boy, possession's so important right off that draw, especially in your own zone. Arizona, speaking of forecheck, pressure up on the left side. Westland forcing it around to the right wing where it's cut off and held in by Timor. The centering feed, and that one just bouncing away off the stick of Cusinelli. Now the Stallions back to the attack, but they just can't hold the puck in. Delivered the hit, just couldn't come up with a biscuit. Sent back in, and Arizona recovering on the forecheck. Westland try to get it. Cusinelli, shot, save made, and that one will be held by Hufford.
But it's a great start, Tom. You know, they're spending a lot of time in the offensive zone already. You know, it's one of the things that we've seen from Arizona so far this season is kind of those sluggish starts, and whether that's at the beginning of the game or at the beginning of periods, you know, it's good to see them put in some good shifts right away and try and set the tone.
1:37 into the first. Scoreless, but a couple of chances, especially for the Wildcats who possess the puck here. A feed to the point is tipped away. That'll go down the ice. No icing, however. Shuro will tee it up. He's got to be careful. Santa's right there. Wildcats able to break the zone on the right side, but turn it over at center. Flip back in by Sulin. Arizona to bring it up the left side. Errant pass misses and is turned over once again. Sulin trying to left wing, could not connect with Santa. And Freiberg reversing to the right wing. Dungy gets it to center. You know, it's interesting. Western Michigan doing a good job clogging up the neutral zone, and that's something that Coach Chad Berman talked about before the game when I had a chance to chat with him. He said he really expected Western Michigan to try to slow the play down. There's a shot and they score. I guess we'll come back to that point because Arizona, a rebound chance right to the stick of Josh Larson. And Larson chips it up and over. Actually, pardon me, that's going to go to Max Meyer. Meyer chips it up and over the goaltender Hufford as he went to the net. Will kind of look like a nothing play to start, but we always say put the puck on the net. Good things happen, and it did there. Meyer following up a big rebound, and kind of a lazy rebound from Hufford, and it goes.
Yeah, it's one of those opportunities you really do a good job taking advantage of. You know, just kind of a trickler there, and just throw it on net, and it's a great goal there for Arizona.
Larson.
Well, it is Larson's goal.
This goes to number 27, Max Meyer. That's Larson from Meyer. Time of your Wildcat goal, 2 minutes 35 seconds in the first period.
I thought that was Larson, but Meyer actually led the high-five line, and usually the guy who scores the goal is the guy who does that. So you can forgive my confusion, but Larson ends up netting his third goal of the year. So Arizona out to a 1-0 lead. Well, that checks the box. We talked about a quick start. Always nice to get that first goal.
Yeah, they're out here setting the tone too. You know, obviously on the scoreboard it's 1-0, but you know they're doing a good job, kind of setting the tone here, like I said, and really bringing it to them and showing them, you know, we're at home and we're a good squad and we're a good team and we have some good players, and you know it's a dream start really. You know, it's for a team who has throughout the season kind of started off sluggish. It's a good start to kind of set the tone right off the bat in a new two home game series here.
Long shot was wide of Shuro, played around the far side, and the Wildcats look to break the zone. And again, to the point of, you see Western Michigan here, 3, sometimes 4 guys in that neutral zone, although right now, for whatever reason, Western Michigan was playing with 4. I don't think they picked up on, oh, there was an injury in the back of the play, and they just blew the play dead. Let's see, who is that? That might actually be Wyatt Ford. Oh, that would be a huge blow. That is the leading scorer for Western Michigan. It is Wyatt Ford. Oh, no. He went to the bench, not the locker room. But We'll reserve judgment here. We'll wait and see. Looked like something on the right side, maybe upper body. I couldn't 100% tell, but kind of the way he was skating, I thought shoulder, perhaps.
Yeah, I didn't quite see the play either. I'm not sure if it was a check or if he just kind of went down on his own.
I got to take him off the ice. See if he's... Looks like he's skating okay, so I think maybe it is something upper body. Hard to say, though, honestly. Maybe. Wonder if he got cut. Maybe it was somehow maybe a stick got up inside of his cage or something. Real hard to tell. He came off the ice very awkwardly. Either way, draw in the Western Michigan zone. Stallions try to clear, cannot. Timor holding in at the right point. Dawson Marshall sends it behind the net. Lowell in the battle, swung up the far wall, and Western Michigan to center. Left side, Reese could not hold on to it. Timor on it. He just flips it out. Glass sends it right back in from center, off the chest of Churro. He has to sweep it away. 4.5 into this first period. Arizona with a 1-0 lead, and now a 3-on-2. Here they come in on the right side, cutting to the slot. Nice job by Sulin to use the stick and pull it away from Jesse Lowell. Got just enough of him. Lowell trying to move it back in. There's a shoulder there as the puck was dumped in by Johansson. Turned over and quickly in transition, Arizona in a centering feed. That one is cut off. And rushed right back up the ice by Mears. Mears, and that play is offside.
Be sure to join us tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. as your Cats.
Well, you always want to try to get in there and aid the rush, get in there early, but that was a little too much there. Brennan Osen got to the line and did not hold up. But, Will, as you mentioned, good start here so far for Arizona. They're actually forcing some turnovers as well and coming back in transition with some chances.
Yeah, it's kind of starting all over the place, too. You know, they're doing well, bumping them off their own blue line, and they're going right away to the other side there. And, you know, Arizona's doing just a great job. Again, first 5 minutes was awesome so far, and you like to see them continue doing that throughout the end of the game because, as we know, this team – sometimes there's 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there. So if they can put together a complete hockey team, or hockey game, this team's going to be hard to beat.
Arizona trying to cycle on that far wall, but Osen will knock it out to center. Or Osen, I should say, will knock it out to center. Turned back in by the Wildcats. Here's Westland on the backhand. Tried to cut in front, swept away to the corner. Puck to the line, and kept a nice job to pop it out of the area there by Dungy. Stallhuth tried to center, couldn't get it through. Westland into the corner, nobody there supporting on the cycle, but Westland keeps it alive. And now Western Michigan able to clear. And nice shoulder check at the line there, squaring up. A nice job by Meyer, knocking his man, or pardon me, that was Rowe rather, knocking his man down. That's a pretty good timing hit. You can't blow that because if you do, the guy's by you. Nice job by Rowe. And to respond with a little bit of a physical play. Western Michigan is known as a physical team, so you got to stand up for yourself as well.
Yeah, Manny Rowe's been a great energy guy for this team this season. And, you know, and sometimes on those shifts that we had mentioned about maybe them taking a shift off here or there, Manny Rowe's always brought it and brought that energy level back up. And one of the leaders of this team for sure.
Now again, Arizona on the forecheck, forcing a turnover. Puck goes in behind the net. Decker runs into his man. It's kicked along, but kept in. Centering feed. Siwola trying to walk it out of danger. It ends up in the half wall. Attempt to put it to the point. That was fanned on. Larson couldn't keep it in. And away comes Western Michigan. 2-on-2, weaving on the right wing side. Matthews leaving it off. There's a wrist shot tip, goes wide. Wildcats have a little bit of time here. Stallions changing it up. Here's Larson leading it up on the left side. Poked off his stick. 7:15 into the first. 1-0 Wildcats. Puck dumped back in, and Hedgecock back after it in the Wildcat end. Timor with a little tip pass, now a lead at center, looking for a streaking Olsen, did not connect. Hedgecock back into his own zone, right side Timor. Pass tipped ahead at center, goes right in on goal, no icing. Olsen into the left wing corner. Looking for a little bit of help from Bird. Puck stays over on that far side. Western Michigan chance to clear. They do get it out. Tied up at center. Arizona will dump it in. Freiberg stepping up for the left point, keeps it alive. Puck down low, Dawson Marshall. Freiberg still down there supporting. Johansson's shot, he ripped it wide. Right point kept in, right along the wall to the corner. Marshall feeding it in behind the net. Johansson tucks it in front, he scores! Alex Johansson walks it in front for the near post, tucks it past the right pad of Hufford. And Arizona's doubled the lead to 2-0. .836 time of the goal. And again, Will, we're talking about the forecheck here, generating chances. Nice play by Freiberg to start that whole thing off. Came down for the point, supported it, and look where we end up.
Yeah, a lot of really hard-working shifts here from the Wildcats for really the whole game so far. And you know, Johansson's a guy who's really played some great hockey this season, and one of the newer additions to this team. He's a great addition.
The assist goes to number 21, Jesse Lowell, and number 26, Justin Dungy. That's Johansson from Lowell and Dungy. Time of your Wildcat goal, 8 minutes, 36 seconds in the first period.
And so the Wildcats double their lead offside at the Arizona line. We're not quite halfway through this first period. Now they've double-checked the good start box, and this is at the point you wonder Western Michigan being down a little bit. I still have not seen their leading scorer come back, Wyatt Ford. He left to go to the locker room a couple of minutes ago under his own power, but we haven't seen him return yet. Boy, they could use a boost from a guy like that.
Yeah, for Western Michigan, you really hope he comes back out, and really just for everyone, you never want to see injuries, but for a guy like Wyatt Ford, who we highlighted pretty much the entire pregame package about, for him to only make it about 2 shifts into this game, it really is, one of those things where for Arizona, everything's kind of breaking your way right now, and you just kind of hope things keep going that way because they do have that ever dangerous 2-0 lead.
Well, some people will tell you the 2-goal lead's the most dangerous, the 3-goal lead's the most dangerous. The lead you don't protect is the most dangerous lead in hockey. I don't care what anybody says. You just got to keep pushing, and now here they push through center. Moving in, Cusinelli, breakaway to the backhand, stop, but they score on the rebound. Following that one up was Stallhuth. In it goes, it's 3-0, halfway into the first. Boy, what a great job. The chip pass ahead. Cusinelli moved in, and Hufford made a good stop. He tried to go 5-hole to Cusinelli. He was shut down by Hufford, but the rebound sitting right there, and Stallhuth followed it up. Quite honestly, I'm going to hang that one on the Western Michigan defense. They really did not do a good job trying to get back into the play on that one. Stallhuth was the second guy to the net.
Yeah, Hufford made a great first stop there, and for Arizona, 3-0, an absolute great start here. No grogginess here, no shifts taken off so far. They're working hard, forechecking well, and Wyatt Ford did just return to the bench here for Western Michigan. See if he kind of provides a spark for them.
Well, thanks for the update. And so we're just past the halfway mark, and indeed it is 3-0 Wildcats in the first of this 2-game set.
Arizona Wildcat goal given to number 10, Dawson Marshall. The assist goes to number 15, Anthony Cusinelli, and number 13, Matthew Hull. That's Marshall from Cusinelli and Hull. Time of your Wildcat goal, 10 minutes, 1 second in the first period.
I was pretty sure that was Stallhut, but maybe not. Maybe they'll change that later. Here's Larson in front with a chance and shut down from the slot by Hufford. Western Michigan's defense is giving all kinds of big-time chances right now.
Yeah, and one of the things that we haven't really talked about so far is Western Michigan's playing on the road. It's a long bus drive all the way down to Tucson from Western Michigan. You wonder if that's kind of catching up to them a little bit here. Maybe some, sticks aren't so active, and maybe that's a part of it as well, playing on the road. But again, it's got to be better. You got to expect a lot more from the team. Kind of just letting Hufford out to dry there.
Well, let's see if they can get anything going here as Ford returns to try to take a regular shift. Puck was knocked away from him on the near side. But Arizona, you can feel the energy right now coming off that side of the ice. They are buzzing. And Michigan trying to push back in, but that one is taken away. Bird will just feed it back to the D. Here's Dungy out the left side, moving the puck ahead. Wildcats over the line, but the pass didn't connect with anyone. Turned over at center, right back to Dungy, who just throws it back in. And I also like to see that, too. Just keep throwing the puck back in. Make them go get it, them being Western Michigan. I mean, you make them go 200 feet each time, you're also going to tire them out that way as well. Although it's only halfway through the first period of the first game of the weekend set. 8:10 and counting left to go in this opening frame. Wildcat goals, Larson, Johansson, and right now they're saying that it was Dawson Marshall. I think that's going to go to Ethan Stallhut. Either way, Arizona off to a blazing start. Wildcats push back in left side, try to center, intended for Dawson Marshall, did not get through to him. And we get our first penalty call of the game, a high sticking call will be coming up against the Arizona Wildcats. 7:47 remaining here in this opening frame. Well, here we go. We get a chance to look at Arizona's penalty kill, hovering around 95% right now. But again, as Coach Berman says, I just don't want to feature these guys that much, and that's completely understandable.
Yeah, you never want to go to the box, obviously, but these guys step up every time they need to.
Johansson, now we got a shorthanded breakaway coming up the other way. Here's Stallhut to the backhand. He chipped it over top of the net. Ford was pesky on the back check and out-hustled his own D to get back there. But boy, Stallhut with another golden chance. Now a chance on the power play here, cutting in front of shot off the shoulder of Churro. And up at the left point, Farkas playing it over to the right side, pressured up top by Stallhut, and he swats it out with one hand. Boy, Arizona is just jumping on the opportunities. Back down the ice it goes on the clear. Arizona will finish changing the personnel here. Western Michigan bringing it in, trying to set it up here. High sticking the call against Johansson. 6:48 and counting to go in the first. Wildcats with a 3-0 lead, and now under a minute to go in the power play for the Stallions. Wildcats clear. Western Michigan will not able to get much going here.
Yeah, and especially with the power play, you would hope maybe that would kind of kickstart things here. But again, Arizona's penalty kill is top notch, and they're getting the job done again so far here.
Once again, the puck knocked away at the line. Westland will just chip it on down. Arizona's done a nice job of standing up the rush at the blue line. A lot of times you'll see teams kind of back up into their own zone. The Wildcats have done a nice job of that. There's a centering feed off a defenseman in front and out the other side. Oh boy, Churro caught a break there. As he slid over to his left, puck went back to his right but missed the net. Bailey Marshall up on the forecheck as the power play getting set to come to a close here for the Stallions, and out of the box is Johansson. Uvace killed it off. Boy, the penalty kill looked very good on that one. And again, they send it down, but this one's going to be, no, they wave off icing. Okay, we'll keep it going. 5.5 to go in the first. Western Michigan can't clear the puck. A bouncer rolls towards the line. Now it comes out. Led ahead by Osen. Ostin with a shot, right pad save made. Churro rebound up the slot. There's a shot deflected off a shin pad. Didn't get to the goal. Sent back in, nope, offside. And that's going to allow a chance there for Dungy to pick up the puck. Boy, Rivette was all over him, but he couldn't touch it because his teammate hadn't cleared the zone yet. Glove down at center. Chip back in by Lowell. Puck to the far side corner. Wildcats working through a change. No icing there. Churro will tee it up behind the net. Wildcats out the left wing side. Cross ice feed. Kicks off a skate to center. And there's a big check. And now right back comes Arizona on the turnover, but Rowe put the play offside. He threw the big hit. Got so excited to get into the rush that he got into the zone a little too early.
Yeah, just a little anxious there to kind of break out there. But, you know, Arizona, they forecheck really well in general, but tonight it's really been put on a showcase here. They're really doing well to keep the puck not anywhere near Churro, who, you know, is an excellent goaltender as it is. But, you know, he's not going to have a lot to do if you're putting in the work on the offensive end and forechecking well. Arizona's doing a great job, working hard, being first to the puck.
The shots that he's had the most trouble with have caromed off his own D in front. Those have been the ones that have been the ones where you hold your breath so far, and there haven't been a lot of them. Again, Arizona on the forecheck, diligently keeping the puck at the left point, Hedgecote. And now stepping up right through the middle on the left side. A shot save made as Cusinelli smelled blood in the water. Left in the high slot to Stallhuth. He tried to leave it back off on the right side. Westland will leave it to the point. Timor keeping it in. Trying to feed across ice, tipped away to the glass. Stallhuth in front, bouncing puck side of the goal. And Western Michigan exhaling a little as they get it out. Now cutting in front, looking for a chance. Wada, and he lost it. Roller through the slot in the Arizona end, right point, and there's a shot glove by Churro, and he's going to hang on to it for a whistle. Thought about playing it, but might as well slow it down a little, let your lines change themselves up. 3:28 to go in the first, and it's been all Arizona here.
All Arizona, all the chances are coming from Arizona, and really that forecheck, and it's not necessarily a knock on Western Michigan. I think Arizona's just working really, really hard right now, and it's a really kind of showing the potential that this team has.
Here's a stretch pass through the middle off the heels of Larson's skate. Play is offside. He's got to clear the zone. Back on the right wing side, Santa cutting in for a shot. And that is held by Churro for the faceoff to his left. 3:15 to go in the first, and I'd like to take a moment to, on behalf of everybody in this U of A Wildcats crew here bringing you this game on YouTube live streaming, want to say get well to Tim Gasson. And Tim's going to be out for a little while, and I'll be standing in his stead. But just keeping the chair warm, keeping the headset warm for you, Tim. Here's Larson up the left side, trying to feed that one in front, didn't connect. Back the other way, Western Michigan. Long shot in, easy stick save there for Churro to steer it aside. Arizona on the regroup. They'll get it out to center. And Freiberg just kind of shrugged off that hit. I think Western Michigan is also trying to throw the big hits here, try to find a way to get some momentum, but they're almost chasing a little bit with the puck. Poor linesman just got hit on a dump-in attempt on the near side. Crowd telling him to get out of the way. You know, it's not that easy. It's not that easy. 2.5 to go here in the first. 3-0 Wildcats as they look to break the zone up the left side. I like the patience, Will. If they don't see anything on one side, they'll send it back, reverse it, try the other side of the ice. This is something we haven't seen a lot of from Arizona, but they are doing a great job with it here.
Yeah, they've throughout the season they've kind of been trying to force the issue sometimes and trying to just make these long stretch passes, and you know everything is kind of slower. They're keeping the puck. They're not trying to force it. They're doing a really good job right now.
And with a 3-0 lead, not a whole lot of reason to have to force things. You know, like what you see, try something else. But you certainly don't want to let Western Michigan up off the mat as they cut in left side. A shot ripped up over top of the net. Siwula buzzed the tower and missed. Turned over at center. Wildcats in the middle of a change. Up on the rush on the right side, Dawson Marshall backing up into the right wing corner, backhand to the front of the net, did not connect. Johansson tried to stop, reverse to the near post. Marshall back to Johansson, wraparound attempt, didn't go. Marshall left side into the corner, quickly fed up top to the point, slid over to the right side. Here's Rowe, tees it up, drive, left pad save, rebound, and Hover can't control it. Johansson near side, trying to stuff it near post, and Hopford reaches back and holds on. I don't know how he kept that puck from going over the line.
I just threw an arm out at it. I mean, Johansson did really well to kind of fake him out there, had him going the wrong way behind the net. Then he just circled back around, tried to stuff it in there, and I can't believe Hufford was able to come up with that one.
58.4 seconds to go in the first, and Arizona opening the frame with 3. As a matter of fact, they had 3 goals by the halfway mark. Things have settled down a little bit, but Arizona keeps pressing. Here's Cusinelli with a shot, and he tried to go back glove side, cutting to his left and missed. And Stahl's pass tipped away by Hufford. Here's Colorado the other way. Trying to cut through. Nice job by Hedgecote. Poke it away. Westland, right side. Feeding it up top. That one is cleared out. The old lob wedge back out up the left wing finds Ford. Ford tried to cut in front. He was just ridden off the puck. Good patience there by the D. .20 seconds to go. Arizona maybe trying to figure out a way to generate one more chance, but Western Michigan clears the zone. Cusinelli holding it in. Right side, Westland in the corner. 4 seconds, and that'll do it. But a strong opening 20 minutes from Arizona. Larson, Johansson, Stahlhuth with goals here to open things up for the Wildcats. And again, Will, I mean, we talked about it. Yeah, and you called it a dream start for the Wildcats. I think when you pick up 3 goals in the first 10 minutes, yeah, I could qualify that as a dream start to any game.
Yeah, and it was a really great finish as well. I know the scoring's kind of stopped there after that first 10, but you know, going in 3-0, it really for the first time was kind of the first fully complete period of hockey that Arizona has played, maybe going back to 2 weeks now. And it's just a great start. Chad Berman's going to be really happy with that start for him. And then on the other side, Western Michigan, you know, Wyatt Ford goes out and it kind of just derailed everything that they had moving there at the beginning of the game. He is back in the game now, but again, Arizona just working harder, doing everything right, really balanced scoring as well. 3 different goal scorers and assists from all sorts of different people. Really great to see that score sheet kind of balance all the way through the entire roster. Arizona's got to be really happy up 3-0 here against Western Michigan.
1 period in the books. We'll take a break, and when we come back, our first intermission report on the other side of it. Arizona 3, Western Michigan nothing. This is Wildcats hockey.
I'm Timothy Gasson. They call me the AZ Puckman. I've been following hockey at the University of Arizona for more than 30 years. And this is my Wildcat Hockey Report. Welcome back to the Wildcat Hockey Report. I'm with Nolan Bivalczyk, goaltender for the Arizona Wildcats. And Nolan, first of all, this is going to be your junior year here. Can you talk a little bit about your development from your freshman year to now? You're becoming a more complete hockey player. What has helped you in your development as a goaltender here at the U of A?
Well, my freshman year, obviously, I was more of a third string goalie, trying to make my way into second string. Definitely working on just really getting my routine down and really just getting set during practice and stuff. And when I got the opportunity to play, I was obviously giving my fullest effort in the game. Last year, I ended up playing a lot more games than I was expected to, and it really gave me more confidence on the ice. And then this year, I just hope to maybe take over that first string role, but definitely back up Churro and see what we do.
Now, every hockey player goes through a lot of training, but for a goaltender, is there anything that can really replicate game action? Do you really grow as a goaltender through game action?
No, it's more of like fine-tuning during the games. Practice is really where we want to focus and just kind of get set on our angles and just make sure that we're always square to the puck. But then once we get in the game, it's just really more of experience in that practice that we've had.
So you're one of the goaltenders who believes you play as well as you practice. I've talked to goaltenders who don't like practice at all, and they're saving everything for the game. But a lot of Hall of Fame goaltenders believe you play in a game as well as you practice. So you believe in that?
Yes, yeah, I do.
So do you have any set goals for this year, Nolan?
I think as a team goal, we definitely want to be at the top. Personally, I think I want to be in that top 5 of top goaltenders in the league, and just really try to push myself and Chiro just to be the top goalies in the league.
Fabulous. Well, we've been talking with junior goaltender Nolan Bivalsic. Thanks, Nolan, and go Cats.
Thank you.
There's another goal. That's a beautiful tip in by Tyler Griffith. That's Ethan Scaluth with the goal. There's a shot to goal. Arizona takes the lead. Anthony Cuccinelli with the backhander. He shoots. He scores. Your Arizona Wildcats, champions of the Cactus Cup.
I'm Autumn Freutland, and I'm here with Bailey Marshall. Bailey, reflecting a little bit on last season, you had a great season, 74 points, MVP, but that was last season. Now we're in this season. Are you doing anything different? What are some things that you're working on to kind of make this season almost or better than last season?
Haven't really been able to get on the ice much this summer, so really trying to focus on just getting back into the swing of things, getting my shot right, making sure that I'm getting a little more endurance. So right now I'm working on that so that I can get back into how I was doing last season.
There is another Marshall on this team. He is related to you. His name is Dawson. That is your younger brother. So talk a little bit about what it's like to have a brother on the team. Are there any rivalries? Is he in the locker room trying to fight with you all the time, trying to maybe be better? What's that all about?
Yeah, no, last year was actually our first season playing together, and it was pretty awesome. If you watch the games, me and Dawson penalty kill together a lot of the times, and we definitely do well. We mesh well out there in the penalty kill for that. Other than that, I'd say he looks up to me as a bigger brother and on the ice just to kind of try and compete with me a little bit during practice and stuff like that. But yeah, we definitely enjoy penalty killing together, and I think we do a pretty good job of that as well.
So he obviously looks up to you. So what are some advice that you give him to kind of, move on, and some things that you tell him?
Yeah, just kind of he's just got to keep working and make sure that he's playing his role and not to try and be a player that he's not. He's pretty good grinding in the corners and just plays his role as a fourth line kind of guy and penalty killer really well. So just try and not be anybody else and just play how he should be playing.
We've been talking with Bailey Marshall, and we will be right back with more of the Wildcat Hockey Report.
I am Will Harmon here with sophomore defenseman Matthew Hull. Matthew, pretty big season last year as a freshman. What have you done differently to try and continue that momentum going into now your sophomore year?
Mostly just my confidence, just getting used to, last year was pretty big stepping in, but I think this year being more confident on the blue line and just playing like I regularly do.
And you're a St. Louis guy, Stanley Cup champions last year. What would it be like for the University of Arizona Wildcats to win the championship this year?
Winning a championship would be amazing, but right now we're just focused on each game at a time, and getting to the national championship is definitely the first step. WCHL conference championship is also another step, but not really looking towards that at first. But yeah, it would definitely be amazing. Yeah.
I've been with Matthew Hull, and now we are sending it back to the Wildcat Hockey Report.
It's time for another Arizona Wildcat Hockey This or That.
Okay, I feel like this one's a little obvious. Mustache or beard?
Muzzies.
Why?
Better style, and I try to look my best.
Does anything ever get stuck?
Yeah, when I eat a sandwich, I have to lift the upper lip up so I don't eat hairs.
Bench or penalty box?
As of recently, it's been penalty box.
Why?
I'm not meaning to. I've just been a little too physical.
Okay. USA or Canada?
USA.
Why?
It's where I've lived my whole life.
Friends or The Office?
The Friends.
Why?
It's the OG before The Office.
Okay. Morning or a night person?
Night.
Why?
Waking up just isn't my thing.
warm-up time. Hello, Tucson, Arizona. Hiya, Joe. Have a good one, guys. Have a good one. Work hard.
Gets going. Let's take a look at the south.
All right, fellas, have a good one now. Keep him down. Let's go. Nah. Up easy. Too many men here.
I know in the past you've talked about trying to create a cooperative atmosphere on the ice between yourself, the teams, and the coaching staffs. Talk about your approach to officiating what can be a very difficult game.
Well, certainly at this level, you've got guys that know the game, and basically they know you. You've been working with them for 2, 3, 4 years, and you get a rapport with them. I don't have any animosity toward anybody at this level. They know what I expect, and they do their job, and I do my job, and everybody's happy.
Hey, let's go. Ladies and gentlemen,
Shut up! Shut up!
up!
So we're getting even? All right, cool. I like it.
We have 10 feet from our boards.
No, you don't.
We don't?
No.
No?
No, you have to be at the bench.
I'm sorry?
You have to be at the bench. Go 10 feet. Your goaltender does. Your goaltender's got 10 feet if you're going to pull the goaltender. That's sure. Yeah, you bet. Anytime. Well, I think went rather well. Stick down, stick down, stick down. Let's go, move it, move it. That's all, that's all. Easy in front now, easy in front. I got it loose, let's go. Move it, move it. It's loose. Nothing so far, let's go. Get a clue. You want to go for 10?
Arizona State goal by number 8, Jason.
You guys gotta start calling some of that, huh?
What's that?
Just the blatant, like when we get scoring opportunities taken away. I don't care about the ticky but like cross checks in front and that. Soft hook. Yeah, that was a breakaway. I was watching.
Can't nobody else work with us. Good period. Up, 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 up. No problem there, no problem there. No problem, let him go, 5. Good job, good job. How long you know me? Couple years?
Always not gonna. Oh, come on, why did you come over there?
Huh? I would never throw a guy. I wouldn't even throw a guy. Are you kidding me? Come on, that's not enough. Knock it off.
You gotta give me a penalty. He was screwed with our goalie, you saw it.
No, I didn't see it. I was following the puck. What was he doing? Yeah.
That was a pretty bad cheap shot there.
Was it?
At number 7, he's the guy. Same thing last time we played.
7?
I sat out for 2 weeks because of him. Cheap shots, you know?
I'll watch him. I'll watch him. Thanks. That was a pretty good game. Just trying to capture the spirit of the thing.
Your hometown hockey team, your Western Collegiate Hockey League champions, your Arizona Wildcats. Tickets for Arizona hockey are now on sale. Support your Wildcats as they battle ASU for another Cactus Cup championship and more at the Tucson Arena. Your hockey team, your Arizona Wildcats. Call 791-4101 for tickets now.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the Tucson Arena, where the Arizona Wildcats are up 3-0 against Western Michigan University. And actually, our own Jackson Peters spoke with Corey Savula of Western Michigan, and let's see what Jackson and Corey had to say.
Hi, I'm Jackson Peters, and I'm joined with Corey Savula of Western Michigan University. Now, Corey, this is your first time playing in this building, this first time this team's playing in this building. Can you talk to me a little bit about what that experience has been so far for you guys?
Yeah, I'm excited to be here. We all are as well. We're ready to go tonight, and yeah, we're looking forward to the game tonight.
So, of course, you're not in our division, so we don't get to see you guys a lot. Can you tell us a little bit about how your season's going, a little bit about your team, where you guys are from?
Yep. Yeah, we're from Kalamazoo, Michigan. We're just coming off a big win, so we're bouncing off that, and we're looking forward to play a couple of good, tough games here in Arizona.
Well, it should be a good weekend. I've been speaking with Corey Savula of Western Michigan University. We'll send it back to the booth.
All right, thank you, Jackson. About a minute left here in the intermission. Some skaters out here for Western Michigan. Interested in how they're going to come out here in the second period here. You know, they came out a little flat-footed, but then again, on the other side, Arizona came out ready to play. They played a great first period. A lot of energy there from the Wildcats.
Will, I have to imagine that if you're looking right now at Western Michigan, you have to imagine that this is a team that might have had a little paint peeled in the locker room during the intermission by their coach, and because Chris Broussard is a guy who wears his heart on his sleeve, and they have been told to a man the effort's got to be better. It wasn't there in the first, a little bit here and there, a hit here, maybe an individual effort there, but not as a team. The effort level has to come up. The physical effort has to come up. And they have not done an effective job in the neutral zone. This is a team that likes to trap it up in the neutral zone, likes to slow it down. They have not slowed down Arizona one bit. I'll be interested to see if they make some adjustments in the neutral zone here to start the second.
Yeah, Arizona's generating a lot of chances with their forecheck as well, keeping the puck in the zone. But again, they are coming across the blue line and setting up a lot of good passing plays, almost at ease. And you know, Western Michigan, again, the long bus ride here, you wonder how much that has to factor into it. But you'd expect them to come out here with a lot more energy, ready to play, throw some hits on some of these guys, and really try and get the puck moving towards Arizona's net. Because Anthony Churro, you know, while he has came up with a couple big saves, he hasn't had a whole lot to do.
He really hasn't, but he's been able to stay sharp, and he's a guy who's been able to show that, you know, even when the workload isn't the heaviest, I think it's tougher for a goaltender, speaking as a goaltender, I think it's tougher to maintain your focus when you don't have a lot of shots, when you don't have a lot going on. Your mind can wander a little bit, but you've got to stay sharp. I think he does a very good job with that, especially for, I mean, these are college-age players. It's not always the easiest thing, but we'll see how the Wildcats decide to come out here. And the flip side of that, if you're Chad Berman, what did you tell your team in the locker room after that first period?
Yeah, definitely. You know, you want them to keep doing what they're doing, keep working hard, don't stay flat-footed at all, and you know, don't feel too at ease with a 3-0 win, or 3-0 lead, I should say, and really try and keep the puck going and keep that forecheck up. They're generating a lot of chances forechecking against these guys.
Well, Western Michigan trying to break in for a chance here. Centering feed went across the slot out the other side. And Ford, kind of, ref got in the way there as he was going for the puck. It'll be interesting to keep an eye on number 27 for the Stallions here. Came into the game tied for 9th in the nation in ACHA scoring. There's a high shot save made. Rebound. Puck is still sitting in front, and it's swept away to the near side. Boy, every time we try to talk about something, all of a sudden Arizona buzzes up another couple of chances. Puck off the glass and out to center. In case you were wondering, yes, Hufford is back in the net to start the second period. No word before the game on whether or not Justin Thayer would play tomorrow or not. But Hufford has settled down after being assaulted for the first 10 minutes of that first period. He's made several good saves as we have an icing call here against Western Michigan. And I think they did come out and push a little bit on that opening shift. I just don't know if they're going to be able to maintain it. As Hufford windmilling his left shoulder a little bit, he caught that shot up high, and I bet you kind of caught him on that shoulder, like maybe around a pad, and left a little stinger. Face off to his left. Stallhuth Behind the net, trying to wrap it in front through the crease. Off the skate there, Westland couldn't come up with it. Quickly, Western Michigan in transition. They tried to center. Ends up on the near side wall. And it's kept in by Siwula. His shot tipped in front, they score. Oh, what a deflection there. Austin Kozar cutting across the front of the net. Kozar tips it in just past Churro, and Western Michigan gets an early goal here. It's a 3-1 game.
And exactly what you're looking for if you're a fan of Western Michigan or on the coaching staff or even on the team. You know, coming out here and not being flat-footed whatsoever and coming out and really throwing a lot of chances forward and really getting a lot of good scoring chances right away. First 2 minutes of the second period here, a great way to get back into this game for them, and now only down 2 goals here.
Well, that's exactly how they would have drawn it up as far as the pushback goes. Let's see what Arizona can do. Wildcats push in. Here's Freiberg, left point. Swept around behind the net. The centering feed goes all the way up to the right side. Held in at the blue line. Long wrister steered aside off the stick of Hufford and on a play.
Western Michigan goal scored by number 26, Austin Kozar. The assist goes to number 23, Joey Zappa. Number 278, Corey Siwula. That's Kozar from Zappa and Siwula. Time of the Broncos goal, 1 minute and 46 seconds in the second period.
Kozar nets his 6th of the year. I don't think Joey Zappa's dressed for this game, so I'm not sure who that other assist is going to go to. We'll find out for you. But it is 3-1. So now Arizona has to find its own pushback here. There's a long shot coming in, and Hufford saw that one the whole way. No problem there, trapped in the breadbasket. Well, this juncture, I think maybe the next 5 or so minutes is going to be, I think, pretty critical to the direction this hockey game is going to go.
Yeah, you know, we like to talk about how you break the game into 5 different 5-minute increments and winning each of those 5-minute kind of breakdowns for a period. And maybe extend that a little bit here. Trying to get to the 10-minute mark here for Arizona. Keep doing what you were doing in the first period. Don't let Western Michigan get too comfortable here on the road. Don't let the momentum kind of swing the other way here because, you know, Arizona, like we talked about, they are an inconsistent team, and so it could come unraveled pretty quickly for them. But again, if they play how they played in that first period, they should be okay and hold off this front from Western Michigan.
Ford tried to center. His pass was blocked. Arizona to the line, did get it over. Dumped back in by Western Michigan. They'll head for a change here. 3:20 into the second period. Wildcats with a 3-1 lead. Pass turned away at center. Western Michigan having more success now breaking things up at center than they were in the first period. There's a heavy shoulder at center by Rowe. Draws a reaction from the crowd. Arizona unable to capitalize on it. Puck dumped back down. Long pass off the right side. Dasher will be icing going the other way. Well, now this is more of what I expected from Western Michigan off the start. They're doing a much better job jamming up that neutral zone, not allowing Arizona to break out, and then forcing some turnovers and some scoring chances.
Yeah, that's where the scoring chances all come from. You know, it all starts kind of defensively and how hard you're able to work. And we didn't see a whole lot of that in that first period, and they're coming out ready. They're moving and they're working hard and trying to push the tempo here towards Arizona's net.
Bird will flip it into the right side corner as Arizona on the attack. Bird gets there first. Trying to pull it away from Siwula. On the far side, a little miscommunication there. Puck ends up at the line, but kept in momentarily. Now cleared out. There's a wrist shot from the right side. Reese tried to get it through, couldn't find the net. Mears tying it up on the far side. He's in there with Wade, kick to the left point, shot in, and Churro the left pad save, steers it aside near wall. Right point, another shot, partially blocked on the way through. Left off, back to the right point again. Adams, another chance, blocked in front. Arizona pushing 3-on-2 if they hurry. Weaving into the right wing side, fed over to Bird. Pass behind him. He couldn't do anything with it. Swings it around behind the net. Well, the Wildcats change. They try to transition, but cannot do so quickly enough. That allows Western Michigan to change. And now they will resume the attack. Kozar on the right wing trying to center, puck in front. That one is knocked down by Hedgecote. Nice job to win the battle back there. Played up the near wall. Dawson Marshall can't get it out. Here's Timor. He'll try the near side. Timor skates around one. Dawson Marshall right back to Timor. Chasing on the left wing is Johansson. Johansson slips a check, wraps it in front, and the save made. I think Hufford is wise to the jam play. That's the third time Johansson's tried it. He scored on one of them. There's a wrister. That one is stopped in front as Marshall tried to get it through. Johansson picks up the rebound, keeps it alive, but lost it on the wall. And Michigan clears. And now over at the bench, Sulin was tied up in the Arizona bench for a moment there. Wildcats back in. Left point, Freiberg, cross ice into the slot, wrist shot. Marshall's shot tipped over top of the net. Kozar. Wedge it towards center. Cleared the rest of the way down to Wildcats end. Both teams working on a change here. Not quite 6.5 minutes gone in the second period, 3-1 Arizona. But Western Michigan has come out here. They got a goal back, got the game to within 2. But, Will, I feel like now it's kind of breaking down into chances off the rush. And Western Michigan up did not execute there, but we're seeing a lot of back and forth.
Yeah, Western Michigan's doing a lot better here, kind of handling the speed of Arizona as well. You know, we can see what they can do in open space.
Here's a chance left side, a shot, glove save. Hufford, he knocks it down and holds on. Quickly up through center ice, Cusinelli on the left wing got around the defender, and Hufford wisely out to challenge him. Took away a lot of that net. Was able to paw that puck down and hold. Boy, Cusinelli showing a little bit of a burst of speed right there, turned it into a great scoring chance.
Yeah, that's his bread and butter, coming down that left side there with a lot of speed. Great glove save there from Hufford.
Yeah, I didn't like that draw. Let's do it again. Cusinelli out there with Stallhuth and Westland. Westland winning it back. Cusinelli off-angle chance, that one. Off the outside of the net, might have caught the knob of the twig there, the goaltender Hufford. Puck at the right point, a shot fanned on. And it's cleared out by the Stallions. Yeah, the puck free side of the net, and Hufford electing to just flop on that one. Miscue there on the breakout. And again, an offensive zone draw coming up for the Wildcats. Larson throwing his shoulder, trying to keep the puck in off that face-off, won by Western Michigan, and now Larson gets hit. Throws his other glove to the bench and climbs over the boards. Not sure if he's hurt or just upset, but he hopped right off. Here's a chance on the left wing. Trying to toe drag around there. Meyer couldn't get it in front. Bouncing puck in the slot. Meyer on it again, cutting to his right. And his chance did not get through. Cleared out of the zone. Rowe ends up with it at center. Back for the Wildcats. Rowe trying to cut through, and his shot wide of the net. Rowe on his own rebound, centering feed. Hufford knocked away. Puck kept in at the line by Arizona, however. Swung around to the right point, held in there. A backhand chance in front of that one is tipped away before it reached Olsen. Olsen to the right point, another shot that's also blocked. I think Western Michigan's doing a better job of helping their goaltender out, getting in front of some pucks here.
Yeah, we saw in that third goal, too, that Arizona had scored. You know, Hufford came up with a great save on that first opportunity from Cusinelli. And then if Western Michigan had guys back, maybe that puck gets kind of cleared out to the side, or just in general that goal scoring chance doesn't really develop the way it did. They're doing a lot better kind of keeping those kind of chances away from Hufford.
First goal and third goal were eerily similar in that they were just big-time rebound chances, and the Western Michigan defense really didn't bear down on those. A lot of talking points for Coach Broussard in the intermission. So the Stallions did come out and get one back here early in the second. It's 3-1. Wildcats did all the damage in the first half of the first period. And now we get a whistle at center. Hand pass? Or no, we're going to get a boarding call. I don't know if you saw that one or not, Will. I didn't catch that.
I didn't either. I saw the linesman hand go up, but one of those opportunities there for Arizona where your first power play of the game, see what you can really kind of do and really try and extend this lead back up to 3. Again, we've highlighted the special teams on this team, and it'll be on a showcase here.
So Kozar into the box. And this will be the first power play of the game for Arizona. They'll go to work setting it up. Cusinelli, left point. Now middle of the blue line, fed over. And back up top. Hole with a shot wide of the net. Cross ice feed, and that one hopped over the stick there of Max Meyer. Cusinelli left point. Hole up top, switches, moves it across. There's a shot, and that one did not get through. Is that one Bailey Marshall out there, and now we got an injury in front of the net. Johansson is down. Will, did you see what happened there?
He got in front of that puck there, and I don't know if the puck hit him or not, but it looks like he's hurting a little bit here. But again, just body in front of the net there with a shot from the point. Maybe the puck got a piece of him.
Got up maybe under between the shin pad and the thigh pad, give you a little bit of a Charlie horse where those don't feel good.
No, and for a guy like Johansson, his line with Dawson Marshall and Jesse Lowell have really put in a lot of good shifts for the team today. Again, when Western Michigan was kind of pressing, that line came out here and did a really good job bringing the puck back into the zone. So hopefully he can keep going.
Boy, I hate those, especially when they're friendly fire. Your own guy takes a whack at you. Cleared down, and Churro teeing up behind the net. Rowe coming back for it. I haven't heard a lot of Bailey Marshall. He is playing some power play minutes and wasn't sure if he was going to be able to go before the game, but is out there, and we'll get power play time for this Wildcats team. Timor putting it up top. Rowe, right half wall, back towards the slot. It's clear to the line. Rowe can't keep it in. Out it goes. 9:43 to go in the second, 3-1 Arizona. 45 seconds to go in this first Wildcats power play. Timor leaving it off at center. Wildcats cross in 4 wide. They look to set things up on the right wing side. Then back up top, here's Rowe, middle of the blue line. And near half wall fed to the slot. Wrist shot coming, and a left pad save. Hufford there. Great chance from Lowell. Up to the right point, Rowe covering. Moving it over, Timor. Into the slot, off a skate, kicks towards Rowe. He's challenged at the line, and the puck stays in. The bouncer kept in, a long shot. Hufford steered it aside. Power play coming to a close. Wildcats pressuring. Into the slot shot. Timor scores! Timor cut down from the point, walked to the front of the net, fires it up over the glove of Hufford. And the Wildcats strike once more to extend the lead to 3. It's 4-1 Arizona.
Timor just so dangerous when he kind of creeps into the zone there. It happens a lot on power play opportunities. Again, a shot right out in front. Going back to kind of what set up that play, that puck just kind of hopped over the stick of a Western Michigan skater. They were going the other way with a shorthanded chance, maybe 2-on-1, and just kind of an unfortunate bounce there that kind of kept the puck in. Great job by the Arizona Wildcats there. Scoring on what I believe is an even strength penalty technically, but kind of an extended power play there.
It really wasn't. Came exactly 2 minutes later.
The assist goes number 12, Chris Westman, and number 26, Justin Dungy. That's Timor from Westman and Dungy. Time of your Wildcat goal, 11 minutes, 4 seconds in the second period.
Arizona looking to press through center again. Timor's 6th of the season. And his third power play goal, that now ties him for second, along with Max Meyer on this Wildcat squad. Churro handling a puck from center, and now we get a little bit of feistiness for the first time tonight. Dungy wrestled down a Western Michigan player who cut to the front of the net and buzzed the tower a little bit, and looks like that's Colin Rees. Rees, actually earlier on, I noticed in this period, Churro cleared the puck around behind the net. The puck was well gone, and Rees gave him a light chop on the back of the leg as he went by him. And so that might be a little bit of retribution for what happened earlier, as well as going to the net there on Churro.
Yeah, so something that's kind of been developing there for a little bit from Rees. And, you know, anytime you kind of clip the goaltender like that, you're going to get some talking to from the Arizona guys. And really, I mean, just in general, just kind of one of those unwritten rules, you know, don't go towards, don't have too much physicality towards our goaltender, because you're going to expect some punches.
Although that's never really stopped anyone on the other team before. Feistiness being what it is.
So it will be Dungy headed to the box here, so that penalty kill again out here for Arizona.
11:54 time of the penalty. A little bit of a roughing call there, and, well, you know, sometimes you got to take those penalties to stick up for your goalie, but now you also got to kill him off. Second power play chance of the evening for Michigan, as they will go to work here. Western set up with 3 men up high. Working the perimeter right now. There's a chance and a glove. Save for Churro on a shot from the far dot by Ford.
One of the better chances there of the game for Western Michigan, maybe the best chance, and especially for Churro, you know, a guy who is so strong and hasn't had necessarily so many shots coming at him as we've seen in maybe some games past. Really good eyesight there, just had his tracking it the whole way, and especially have to stick it forward. You know, that's a dangerous guy to have some room.
Interesting the way the Western Michigan power play, they're trying to work it around the perimeter here and get that box to break down a little bit for Arizona, but they really couldn't. They had to keep moving the puck around the perimeter and then take a shot from the far dot. That's something I'm sure if you talk to any goaltender, you prefer that. Say, okay, yeah, keep him to the outside. That's not a problem. Don't let him get one off from the slot. And Arizona, a chance to clear here. Timor got knocked down in behind the play, a little slow to get up, and he's going to head off. Time winding down in this Stallions power play, 40 seconds and counting to go in that. 6:42 remaining in the second. 4-1 Wildcats. Now slipping into the right side. Siwula with a shot. That is tipped over top of the net. Cole may have gotten a stick on it. They have it again. There's a shot again, deflected over top of the goal. Fed towards the right point. And now a bouncer into the slot, picked up, moved back to the point. Onto the left side, wrister there is deflected away. Barry couldn't get a shot through it. Now it's coughed up and cleared. Santa wanted to make a quick play on the wall there, but just got a little ahead of himself. Try to carry it back in. Couldn't step through the D. And now a bank pass out to center is picked off. Power play is over. We can come back to 5-on-5. So again, Arizona penalty kill comes up big. There's a chance in the slot. Churro reaching out with the left pad. He got it. Oh, what a stop by Churro. Doing the splits back to his left. Got the mid on it. What a stop to keep it 4-1.
Absolutely huge save from Churro, just kind of flashing some of his skill there. He is such a great goaltender for Arizona to have, and what a luxury to have a guy back there like that. Again, you know, they kill off the penalty, but this puck's still in the zone. It's still in a dangerous spot. Churro did a great job tracking that one.
Oh my, that was a 10-bell save right there from Anthony Churro. And he will help himself out, clear it to the line. Bouncing puck not out. Penalty coming up here. They're going to say that Dawson Marshall pulled down the Stallions player and So now another power play for Western Michigan. I know it's a 3-goal lead right now, Will, but boy, you just don't want to keep giving them chances to get themselves back in this hockey game.
Definitely not, especially with 5:41 left in this period. We talked about how, kind of your emotions can feel going into intermissions, and this would be a huge lift for them to be able to get one back here. But again, that penalty kill has looked sharp. It's unfortunate they have a guy in the box, but the way that they've been working and the way that Churro's been playing, this is a great situation here for Churro.
And there's a tip, and they score right off the face-off. Another deflection that is tipped in past Churro. It took them 4 seconds to net a power play goal, and it looks like it's Olsen who's going to get credit for the marker, and it's 4-2.
Yeah, just like that. I mean, a situation develops right off the face-off, and again, if you go to the box and no matter how good your penalty kill is, you're still down a guy. You're going to have an open guy out there somewhere, and they're able to get this back to the 2-goal deficit here. Still 5:37 left in the period too. Kind of a momentum shift possibly as well.
And Olsen's 3rd goal of the year, but boy, what a play. He kind of slipped through traffic right off that faceoff, went straight to the net. And now here's Ford pressing in right side, tried to swing it in front. Turned away, and Arizona comes back up ice. Stallhuth into the right side corner. Looking to center, off-angle chance off the side of the net and all the way out of the zone.
Brennan Olsen. The assist goes to number 55, Christian Santa, and number 16, Drew Wada. That's Olsen from Santa and Wada. Time of the Stallions' power play goal, 14 minutes, 23 seconds in the second period.
Wildcats pushing on the forecheck here. It's a 4-2 game. It just goes to show you cannot take your foot off the gas at any point. And again, goes back to the consistency. You've got to play that 60 minutes. Wildcats push in, however, Isaac Cusinelli on the backhand lost it behind the net. The crowd trying to help out a little bit here for the Wildcats. Farkas stepping up with it. They'll move it ahead. Here's Olsen. Olsen looking for a little support on the half wall. Sends it around to the far side. Hole trying to catch up with it. Trying to move it ahead for Wade. Pass didn't reach him. Hole swats it in. Western Michigan just getting it to center. Turning it right back in. Now is Rowe on the right wing with a wrist shot. Save, big rebound in front off the goal post. Bird tried to center. That one is knocked aside by Hufford. Boy, Olsen, that puck, I don't think it was flat for him, Will, but he put it off the pipe.
Yeah, that puck was kind of bouncing and dribbling a little bit there. Manny Rowe did a great job with the patience for Arizona to get back on side and then burst through into the zone and puts that shot on goal. A really great game so far from Manny Rowe. He's throwing a lot of checks and getting the puck in some good areas.
Arizona aggressive on the forecheck, able to keep it in. Here's Bird behind the net. Wade over there with him, trying to help him out. Puck is in the back of the net. Wade chops it off. Play continues. Play towards that right point. Dungy had it knocked away, but Bird, nice job. I've liked Bird's game tonight, too. The few shifts he's had out there, I've noticed him quite a bit. Fed in behind the net. Ends up down to the left point. Freiberg holding it in. And a good shift there from the Wildcats, taking some momentum back. Down to 3 to go in the second period, 4-2 Arizona. Churro had to play that one, no icing here. Dungy over to Freiberg, and now quickly Arizona up through center. But they're unable to make anything out of the break. Puck turned over. It'll be cleared along and out to center. Wildcats regroup. Bring it back in. Long wrist shot. That one just missed the net by Lowell. Johansson behind the net looking for Lowell. Lowell on the right side. We'll try to cut in front. Can't work it free. It's backhanded out and down the ice.
Arizona's kind of moving the puck through the blue line almost at ease. Western Michigan's got to do a lot better keeping them out of the zone.
Arizona cutting back in. Johansson trying to drive the net. He was tied up on the way through, and the puck drifted in. Hufford will hang on. And again, we talked about these teams trading chances, which is not necessarily Western Michigan's game either, but you know Arizona would much rather play more wide open skating style than a grinding kind of game. But credit Western Michigan, they are hanging around right now. They're generating just enough chances that that's a team that believes it's still in the game. 2 minutes to go in the second. An errant pass goes all the way back to the Arizona end. And Ford forcing the play back up the near side, but the Wildcats break the zone. Offside. Decker well ahead of the play, 1:46 to go in the second. 4-2 Arizona.
I know it's only 1 minute and 46 seconds left here in this period, but the way that this period is going to finish is going to be huge for both teams. You know, how are you going to go into that locker room? You know, they're kind of trading goals here. Can either team get another one as well going into the period, into the intermission?
Wildcats pressing, puck up the slot is tied up and now moved away. Western Michigan to center, Ford off his skate, leaving it behind. Wada, Ford tried to center, that one punched away to the wall. Larson ends up with it for Arizona. He tried to move ahead, ran into a check, got the puck up, however. 1:08 remaining in the second. 4-2 Arizona. Poole turning, looking now, stretch on the left side to Larson. Larson got in ahead of the puck. And we get a whistle with 59.7 seconds to go. Face-off will come just outside the Western Michigan blue line. Linesman talking about it right now. And, well, they're going to call this one intentional on the pass there, the two-line pass. Don't know that I would necessarily move this one back outside the Arizona blue line, but that was the decision. Wildcats trying to press quickly up the right side. Instead, Stallions able to push back. They'll flip that one in. Comes to the near side corner. Rowe taken to the glass. Centering feed. That one hit a skate, didn't get through. But kept in on the right wing side. Rowe off the glass, out to center. On the left wing, Bird centering feed. And really no chance there. Bird now tried another backhand to the net, but no chance. Wade wanted something to do with it. Now it's centered, a chance, and a shot save Hufford, as cutting down the slot there was Olsen. It seemed like that was the play they were trying to do the previous two times, get somebody free in the slot. Finally, Olsen found himself between the hash marks, but he buried it right in the goalie's chest.
Yeah, they were looking for that a couple times there, and Western Michigan kind of just scrambling there defensively. Lucky to keep this game at 4-2 if you're a Western Michigan fan.
Arizona controlling the draw, trying to walk into the slot. Shot, and that one is sent wide by Cusinelli. He'll feed the left point, time winding down. Shot through traffic. Goes wide of the net, down for the right point. Freiberg keeping it alive. Stahlhuth backhand goes across the slot, and that'll do it for the second period. Now we get a little bit of shoving at the end. But 4-2 is your score here at the end of the frame. And well, I think both coaches have things to be pleased about and things to be annoyed about once you get through this middle 20 here.
Yeah, that first period we talked about how complete of a period it was for Arizona. This one, kind of went back to maybe kind of, picking up some penalties and kind of letting Western Michigan back in the game. For Western Michigan, that's exactly how you wanted to come back in this game. You didn't roll over. You didn't, let Arizona kind of keep that momentum going, and all of a sudden it's, 6-7-0. It's 4-2. You're right back in this game. You have a lot of chances generated. For Arizona, again, they're flying across the blue line almost at ease. Western Michigan defensively kind of got caught scrambling there a couple times, so the chances are coming. But again, Arizona needs to maybe kind of clean it up as far as picking up penalties. We've highlighted how good that penalty kill is, but again, you're down a guy, and that's how you let up a second goal there. So as far as those things go, I think Arizona will be able to fine-tune those things. And for Western Michigan, just more of the same for that second period. Keep trying to bring it to Arizona.
And we've talked about Wyatt Ford, who missed part of the first period, went off the ice for an injury situation, but has come back. And we've seen him make some plays, but I think Arizona's actually done a very nice job limiting his chances and limiting his effectiveness in this hockey game.
Yeah, a guy who has kind of, I don't know what the right word is here, but Corey Savula, a goal scorer, goals or assists. Sorry, I apologize. There, he's gotten himself into some good chances and opportunities moving across as well. But again, Wyatt Ford, so dangerous. The guy that we highlighted at the beginning of the game, and the guy who, you know, anytime the puck's on his stick, he's looking to score. He's looking to create a chance, and he's a guy who Arizona has done a good job kind of booing a little bit. But again, he has had a couple shots on goal, and it's a guy that, you know, you really want to shut down.
Also helps that Anthony Churro has come up with some pretty big saves, especially in that second period.
That huge glove save was huge. I mean, it was right at the end of that first penalty that they had killed off, and Arizona kind of got caught napping there, thinking, you know, oh, we've just killed off the penalty. Now, I mean, it was a 3-on-1 basically right in front of the goal, and Churro did great getting back to save that one with his glove. An excellent goaltender here, and again, whenever he's back there, that's where everything starts. And we talk about the defense, we talk about the forecheck, we talk about, you know, all these things. But again, when you have someone as solid as a rock back there, like Churro is, you're going to win a lot of hockey games.
It is 4-2, Arizona leading Western Michigan after 40 minutes. We're going to take a break and come back with our second intermission report on the other side of it. You're listening to Arizona Wildcats Hockey.
University of Arizona Hockey has a proud history of more than 40 years. Each year we invite back former Arizona players for an alumni weekend. Here's what they had to say about their experiences as Wildcats.
I'm Jeremy Goltz. I played here 90 through 94. I was a defenseman here at the U.
Hi, I'm Eric Holden. I played from 95 to 97. I'm a goaltender.
Shane Fossell, 1991 to 1992, and I played goalie.
Just walking in this building, seeing the boys, I feel like I'm an 18-year-old kid walking in here for the first time. Every year, you know, there's different guys, some guys in, some guys out, but everyone's special. Especially last year with Kelly getting his jersey in the rafters. That one was as cool as it gets. But no, these are special, man. I wouldn't miss this for the world.
What's it like to see guys not only you played with, but guys from the spectrum of the 40 years of Arizona hockey, to see them all back here putting on red, white, and blue?
Oh, it's great. I mean, I came up here as a freshman in high school from New Jersey, so some of these guys were my idols until I got on the team myself. This season, we seem to have more guys from my year than we've had in the past, so it's good to see the boys come back out that I used to play with.
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge undertaking every year, and it's great to have the boys come back whenever they can make it. You know, obviously, we'd like to see more join. There's obviously a lot of ex-players that we would love to see come back and be a part of this experience.
What is it you remember about your days at Arizona hockey that sticks in your mind and makes it so special?
I think a couple things. Obviously, you know, you look at the fans. I mean, I remember here last year, I'm rolling in and someone's got a 25-year-old stick that we did at an autograph session. And then obviously, of course, you know, the boys. They're still my best friends in the world. You know, we come back here, we talk about this story, that story, what if we would have done this. So it's just special, man. I mean, I'm sure every university has it, but to me, this one's just it's a little different. The brotherhood is tight here.
You're part of this revival because you're the goaltender coach for the University of Arizona Wildcats. What is it like now to be the teacher teaching young kids? That you were once in that role. You were once the kid just trying to learn how to be a college goaltender. What's it like now to be the teacher?
Yeah, I mean, it's a very neat experience being able to look back and look at the game again through their eyes. And we have two outstanding, I think they're the two best in the league, goalies. And I can't say that their success is due to anything I'm doing, but I'm just glad to be a part of it.
Does that give you some satisfaction to develop young players and then see them become Arizona hockey players?
Honestly, it's the ultimate. You know, coaching, we were just talking with Berman Hogs about it, how coaching is, how tough it is, but how rewarding it is to see young kids, Manny Rowe, Churro, however you say his name, as a peewee, he's here tearing it up. Newfie, you know, Decker, all these guys that, you know, I knew as young men are here in my brotherhood. representing the jersey that I love, and has really kind of pushed me passion throughout my whole hockey run. So no, it's the ultimate, it's the pinnacle. To see those guys win a national championship would be a dream come true.
Does this give you personal satisfaction, even though your playing days are over, to see the team be doing so well?
Yeah, it feels like the good old days. I mean, that's kind of where we left off back in the 90s. So to see them go through the trials that they've had over the years and to come up strong, it's just a big win right now for us.
Bear down, Eric.
It was extremely important. I mean, it was such a great time in my life. I made some great friends we're all still friends today. And looking back on what we achieved back then at the beginning stages of the ACHA, I think it was pretty important groundwork that was being laid at the time.
For Arizona hockey alumni that haven't come back to Tucson to join an alumni weekend, what can you say to them to tell them to come see their old teammates, meet new teammates that you didn't play with but also played at Arizona hockey, just that they should get involved?
They're missing out. I mean, it's every time you come here, man, you know, there's a guy I haven't seen, and I walk by him, I didn't recognize him 15 years. I mean, you've seen the guys even away from the rink, but when you're here skating with them in the locker room, it brings it all back. And, you know, we can get the guys back here. We try every year. We got to get them here. It's just an absolute blast, and they put on a good show for us. So, once again, I'm happy to be here, as always.
Lastly, what is it that you want to say to other Arizona hockey alumni that haven't come back for one of these weekends? They haven't joined the festivities. They haven't done the alumni game. What do you want to say to them?
Boys, you're missing out on all the fun. Come on out. I guarantee you'll have a good time.
Your hockey team. Your Arizona Wildcats. Call 791-4101 for tickets now.
There is no doubt that number 16, Kelly Walker, is the best of the best. Kelly, when I think of you, I think of the love and the commitment and the greatness you achieved here, right on this ice. Kelly and his teammates were 24-0 versus ASU over that 4-year stretch. Please direct your attention to the south end of the Tucson Arena as we now reveal the banner honoring Kelly Walker. Please welcome back to the ice of the Tucson Arena, number 16, Kelly Walker.
You guys have a chance to show this town college hockey at the greatest level that you guys play. So I'm just extremely humbled to be here, to be in front of you guys, and to be in front of this whole great arena. And it's a very emotional moment for me. I'd like to thank my girlfriend, Andrea. I'd like to thank my line mates, Corey, Johnny, Johnny Wags, Goltzy, Danny Anderson, certainly Tommy Smith. I want to mention thanks to the great presentation that Tim did for me today. I want to thank Coach Burns. I want to make special recognition to Shane Fossell. And I also like to take recognition for every other player who has played here at the University of Arizona, who's proud to have played for the University of Arizona, and who continues to support this great program going forward and in the future. So guys, thank you so much for the tribute. Thanks for the support. Love you guys. Thank you very much.
Stay right there. We're perfect. We're perfect. Kyros stays on first, guys. Good work. It's all for the camera.
15.
It's time for another Arizona Wildcat hockey, this or that.
Slap shot or backhand?
Slap shot.
Why?
Not like I can shoot one, but they're a lot harder.
Blondes or brunettes?
Blondes.
Why?
Do it better.
Thank you. I agree. I would have to agree. Let's see. Crosby or Ovechkin?
Crosby.
Why?
Ovechkin is just like not the best defensive player I've ever seen.
Oh my gosh. I think wow. I don't think people are going to like that answer.
It's a hot take, I know, but Ovechkin just not the best defensive player. But Crosby, big two-way forward, and I love it.
Got a good. It's a good point. It's a good point. Let's see. Mighty Ducks or Blades of Glory?
Quack.
Hey. Why or?
I mean, personally, I don't think there's a better hockey movie than the Mighty Ducks. There's 3 of them. We'll forget about.
Well, which one's the best one?
Well, not D2 or D3. It's the first one.
Oh, okay. So just one.
We'll just skip D2 and D3. We can just cut those.
It like never happened.
Yeah, we'll just forget about those.
Boxers or Commando?
Boxers.
Why?
I don't know. I'm just not feeling free today.
Oh, so this is just today, not just in general? Oh, okay. But like normally. Boxers, still it's just boxers?
Commando.
Oh, okay.
Here's Bailey Marshall, the star from Central Oklahoma. Back to Cusinelli, the all-everything star for Arizona. Down to Chris Westland, who sends it in on goal. That's a good idea. It's right in the slot. And it's a goal for Arizona! I think that's Bailey Marshall. Bailey Marshall, who already had a couple goals last week for Arizona. And that's a big one for the Arizona Wildcats. They even this at 1-1 in the second period. And it could go in the period. There's a hard shot, but just kind of sitting around in the crease. Where's it? It's in the net. That's a goal! Arizona scores the first goal! As the Cats go in the man advantage. Get the puck up behind the blue line. Down low to Cusinelli. Shoot the puck, Anthony. He does. That's a beautiful shot. Shoot the puck. Anthony Cusinelli scored the goal. Anthony Cusinelli. Arizona takes a 3-0 lead. Wow!
That's an excellent look by Cusinelli. You saw him look for the pass first, but then he was aware. He had a clear shooting lane, and he took it, and he's one of those guys that can put it just where he wants it.
Anthony Cusinelli turns with it. Oh, it gets shot. It gets tipped in. Anthony Cusinelli just threw it towards the net, and I think Bailey Marshall may have tipped that one in. Up the near side boards. That's coming away with it. Justin Plummer, the goal. I'm not sure if that's Justin Plummer's goal.
I think that might have been Trey Decker. I'm not quite sure, but
I think Decker just threw that in front and it bounced in. Arizona has possession of the puck. That can't happen. Cats come over the blue line. And they shoot, they score! They shoot, they score! Arizona scores! And that puck was given up. We talked about mistakes. Wow, what a mistake right in front of Joshua George. Anthony Cusinelli had a good shot there, but George saw it and made the save. You know, Anthony Cusinelli, I think, just needs to shoot the puck a little bit more like he did there. He switches now to the center of the ice. Take the shot, Anthony. And he shoots, he scores! Anthony Cusinelli! He shoots, he scores!
Great puck movement there by the Wildcats on the power play up top.
All right, welcome back to the Tucson Arena, where Arizona Wildcats are up 4-2 against Western Michigan Stallions. And our own Jackson Peters caught up with Cameron Timor after the end of that period to talk about the game so far.
Hi, I'm Jackson Peters, and I'm joined with Cameron Timor of the University of Arizona Wildcats. And after 2 periods, Timor and the Wildcats are defeating Western Michigan University by a score of 4-2. Now, Cameron, big goal in the second period for you, the lone goal for the University of Arizona in the second period. Not quite the offensive prowess we saw in the first period. What do you guys need to do in the third period to get that offensive prowess back?
We just got to stop messing around in our zone, make the easy play, and then when we're down there, beat them in every battle. That's all we got to do.
And is beating them in every battle, is that the key to winning this game, or is there something else?
Yeah, it's just coming out, moving the puck, and then let the puck do the work.
Well, we've been speaking with Cameron Timor. I'll send it back to the booth with Tom Callahan and Will Harmon.
All right, thank you, Jackson. About a minute away here from starting the third period. Western Michigan out here on the ice. A thing for Western Michigan, too, to maybe highlight, maybe their legs are kind of under them now after, that long bus trip here, first period of maybe kind of slower lagging legs. But, they hop right back into this game in that second period, and they're here for 20 more minutes of hockey to try and steal this one.
Well, they definitely had a bit of a delayed start. Gave up 3 goals in the first 10 minutes of the game, and then kind of held on, I think, to be fair, for the rest of the first period, but pushed back a couple of times in there, came out, got a quick one to open up the second period, and really, if you look at it period by period, they won that second period 2-1. So they need to do that again. If you're looking at the bench now, you want to say, all right, guys, let's not give up any goals this period. Let's stay out of the box. Let's stay disciplined, which is something they've had issues with at various times this year. But if you're Arizona, you flip that around and say, we need to stay aggressive, meaning on the forecheck, pushing the puck, pushing the pace, because now you want to force Western Michigan to hook you, hold you, take those penalties, and give yourself some power plays and disrupt that flow. This is a team, I thought they did a great job in the neutral zone. Western Michigan, I thought, much better in the second period. Arizona had a tougher time with their breakouts, with using speed through the neutral zone. It's going to be an interesting third period here. I think this is really going to be 20 minutes that will probably set the tone for tomorrow and beyond as far as where these two teams can end up on the season.
And remember how Western Michigan started that second period down 3-0, came and got a quick goal right away. Interested to see if they try and press the issue again right away here.
Arizona will start by winning the draw. Tom Callahan, Will Harmon here with you. Wildcats look to move it ahead, but again, picked off at center. Western Michigan back in, Ford to his right with a wrist shot, and Churro the glove save. He will hang on. So Will, immediate pressure, turnover at center, scoring chance on the other end.
Yep, exactly what you're trying to get if you're Western Michigan, especially trying to give a chance there for Wyatt Ford, who again we've been highlighting throughout this game here. A great glove save there again by Churro, but again, you can't really give up the puck there in the neutral zone, then go right back the other way and give up a scoring chance.
Arizona trying to move it through center. Dawson Marshall feeding it back to his D. Rowe dumps it in from center. He'll head for a change. Puck on the far side, fed around left point, held in by the Wildcats. Hole with a shot tipped in front, missed the net. And now Arizona has to get back to break up a breakaway chance. Timor with a quick stick there because Farkas was floating in behind him. Western Michigan in again. Ford tried to drag his way around Timor, who knocked it away. Backhanded into the near corner. Sulin let it go around to the far side. He'll get it on the near corner now. And it's turned over on the right side wall. Stahlhuth to an open wing, took a belt for it, but keeps the play alive. But now again, a turnover. And ahead, Western Michigan poked away. Both teams trying to clog up that neutral zone a little bit. And it's important because Western Michigan right now, Will, is generating some speed coming through center.
Yeah, Arizona is doing a pretty good job breaking up plays in the neutral zone. But again, if they can break through there, they could be dangerous moving forward. They have a lot of speed, just like Arizona does.
So my apologies earlier, by the way. I did not catch. Joey Zappa was inserted into the lineup here tonight. He is out there wearing 23, and he did get an assist on the goal earlier. And for whatever reason, I mean, it's college hockey. Sometimes you just have lineup changes. But Zappa is out there. So I want everybody to know he did indeed pick up an assist on that goal. Pushing into the right side, Cusinelli, a centering feed. That one is knocked away in front. Kozar on the far wall will bring it ahead through center. On the right wing, Kozar hooked it in front, but that one taken away by Cusinelli. And now a long lead, just missing the connection there. Racing around behind the net, Dacker wraps it in front, his shot, and that's sent wide. Ramps its way all the way back down into the Wildcats' end. 2:45 into the third period. It remains 4-2 Arizona, but we've had a couple scoring chances on either side. Puck tied up in that left wing corner. The diving clear around to the near boards. Matthews got it to center where it's fired right back in. Big hit on the far side. Did you get the number of the truck? Oh my! That was a huge hit by Arizona, and Josh Larson just absolutely laid out Koslakevich.
I mean, for a period that's kind of started off a little slow here, I mean, that'll get things going. The crowd got into that one as well. Absolutely huge hit there in the Western Michigan zone.
Larson on the wall trying to center. He finally got it through the slot. Stallions able to move it out. That should be a penalty behind the play. Now, I don't think the referee saw it, but Osen flipped the stick back to Siwula. You're not allowed to do that. That could have been a penalty had the referee seen it. Did not. Play continues. 4 minutes into this third period. There's a chance towards the net. Churro with a glove save, and he'll hang on. That boy Josh Larson has had a pretty good game out here. He's thrown a couple of big hits. That one was huge. He also has the first goal of the game. And I've been impressed with him tonight. There's a couple of guys I think we don't normally talk about for the Wildcats have stepped up.
Yeah, Larson being one of those guys. Again, absolutely huge hit. Again, one of those things where at the beginning of a period for Arizona, as it looks like Ethan Stahlhuth might be headed off here. He did pick up kind of that late check there. Anyway, Larson, a huge hit for a team that always kind of needs a spark to kind of start periods, and that definitely was one of those moments there for Arizona. A great hit and just an all-around just excellent motivation for Arizona to keep things going.
The hitting is picking up here in this third period, and Stahlhuth walking back to the locker room, wasn't jogging or anything back there, but was heading back to the locker room under his own power. So we'll try to keep an eye and see if he does come back here. Arizona's been struggling a little bit with some of their injuries as of late, but I think we're kind of at that point of the season where a lot of bumps and bruises are starting to add up. Puck ends up back into the Western Michigan end as they send it around. Ford lurking on the near side, but the puck missed him, and that's icing. Ford looked kind of tired towards the end of his shift and did not get to that hard pass up the rim. So Arizona benefits from a draw in the offensive zone. Will be to the right of the goaltender, Hufford. Johansson will step in at center. Ready to take the face off. Back over to the wall it goes. And it's cleared ahead now, 2-on-1, and a break in behind on the right side to the backhand. Churro with a right pad save on Ford. Oh boy, that is not the guy you want all alone in behind the play, but Anthony Churro now another save on Ford in the crease on a redirect. Quick whistle there as they thought he had the puck covered. Two dangerous chances for the leading scorer for Western Michigan, but turned aside both times.
Little flash about what he can do right there. It came flying across the blue line in a breakaway opportunity. Really great stick handles there. Just maybe held on to it a little bit too long, but again, Churro coming up with huge saves and always is kind of the backbone for this team, picking up huge save after huge save to kind of keep them in it. Well, they're winning, but.
And what patience, though, by Churro as he just came across, butterflied left to right, and really made Ford have to work to beat him, and Ford was in tight, could not pull off the move.
Yeah, Ford was trying to get him to bite a little bit there, maybe have a goal open up. Really great patience there from Churro.
So it stays 4-2 as we're approaching 5.5 minutes into the third period. Dawson Marshall chips it up the wall, not out. It's played back around to the near side. Wildcats again trying to clear, puck not out. Western Michigan picking up some energy here. Centering feed, but that one is picked off by Marshall. He'll get to the stripe at center, keeps skating on the left side, skips around to check, lost it into the corner. Koslakevich putting it around to the near side. Now Roll with a shot from the point and a right pass. Save booted out there by Hufford. Stallions just toss it in over the Arizona line. They're trying to work a change here. Rowe, left wing, skating it through center. Cuts into the zone, had it knocked away, and out it goes. And too many men.
I was gonna say I was waiting for that whistle to come. It happened right in front of him. I thought for a minute he might not be whistling it, but yeah, too many men there for Western Michigan.
That one was pretty blatant, as you say. It was right in front of the linesman, and the coach arguing because the Western Michigan player elected not to touch the puck, but the man he was replacing was nowhere near the bench. And there was easily 6 guys on the ice there in front. And Coach Broussard not happy with the call, but there it is. Let's see who they send in to serve this one. Only the second power play of the night for the Wildcats. You'd like to see them capitalize on this one here. 6:11, time of the penalty call. There's a shot for the point, goes wide of the net.
Serving the penalty for the Stallions, number 22, Colin Reese. Time of that penalty, 6 minutes, 11 seconds in the third period.
So Reese serving it. Well, that just flipped that one out of play complete. I think, well, you know what? I don't 100% know what Cusinelli was trying to do there. He was all the way at the hash marks, and he decided to wedge the puck. They put it halfway up the netting.
It's kind of an errant play there, but, you know, again, Arizona needs to kind of get things going here on the power play, get earlier into their sets, and we saw what they can do off some of their set face-off plays. Again, if we do see a face-off in their own zone or in the Western Michigan zone, they're dangerous from those opportunities.
Arizona will carry it in. Johansson behind the net, trying to kick it along. Up to the left half wall. Wildcats set it up. Hole up top, near dot. Bailey Marshall, wrist shot is blocked. Johansson on the rebound takes a chop, but got it around. Up top, here's Hole. Over to Marshall again. Pressured, his shot is blocked once again. Backhand attempted to clear, scoots along to the line, past Hole and down. With that second shot block, staggered Santa, who now heads off. And as a matter of fact, the entire PK unit changing here, but Santa paid dearly, but made 2 big blocks for his goaltender.
Yeah, he came over and closed out those shots from Marshall pretty quickly.
Bailey Marshall into the slot, and his shot is tipped over top of the net. Hole, right point, sends it down the wall. Johansson back around. Marshall has to chase it up the boards, cuts down to the dot, cross ice feed, and now it'll have to be put back up top. Cusinelli, left wing, sends it in front. Johansson couldn't connect. It pinballs off a skate and out. Bad break there for the Wildcats. I don't know if Johansson was entirely ready for that pass. But the power play time winding down. 10 seconds left to go, and the Wildcats have one more rush up the ice. They'll try to cut in right side. Puck turned over. And it ends up at center. Attacking on the right side, Osen throws it into the corner. We return to 5-on-5 hockey. 8:20 gone here in the third, 4-2 Arizona. Pressure on the right side, Westland on the forecheck, gets to it first, tried to feed it in front, couldn't get it through. Santa putting it around to the right side, coughed up in the slot, Westland tips it down low, shot, save made, and the rebound tied up there. Lowell couldn't get his stick free, and it's wedged out. Lowell was in the right spot looking for the rebound, but what a difference, Will, from the first to the third, the defensive responsibility of Western Michigan in front of their own goal.
Yeah, you know, they kind of had almost a careless giveaway there to Westland, but again, not giving up that big rebound there for.
Backhand chance there for Ford on the right side. And one of the easier saves that Churros had to make against Wyatt Ford. 10:57 to go here in the third. Arizona up 4-2. But you see, again, how quickly Western Michigan transitioned there and just able to generate a chance. Now, Ford on the backhand didn't get as much on it, but still, boy, oh boy, you hate to keep giving these up. Wildcats break to center, led by Meyer. Meyer on the left side, puck away to the corner, fed to the left point. Kept in a shot in front, did not make it through the traffic. Meyer on the rebound, that one also blocked. And now again, Western Michigan breaks in, long shot, Churros save, big rebound in the slot, cleared away to the line, not out. And there's one that pinballs wide off a shin pad in front. Houston on it, right side, he's tied up. Ends up in the corner. Barry. Osen letting it go to the point. It's chipped away, and now Larson is pulled down. No call. Western Michigan to try to step back in, but Santa dispossessed at the line. Kind of surprised there wasn't a call there on Santa for tugging down Larson. But here we go, halfway home in the third period. Arizona 4, Western Michigan 2. Bird behind his own net. Up the far side, boards turned over. There's a chance in front, they score! Zappa puts away the pass in front. Kozar picked it off on the right half wall. And the Wildcats have seen their lead trimmed to just one goal. It's 4-3 with 9:45 left in this third period.
Just one of those plays again that Arizona just kind of taking a little too long to get the puck out of the zone there. And Western Michigan did really well on the forecheck there. Keep the puck in the zone. And again, guy wide open right in front there. Western Michigan right back in this game, only down 1 now.
And they have been pushing the whole time.
Joey Zappa. The assist goes to number 26, Austin Kozar. That's Zappa from Kozar. Time of the Stallions' goal, 10 minutes, 15 seconds in the third period.
Arizona will push right back in. There's a shot that didn't get through. Off-angle chance, and that one is also blocked. Puck at the left point, tipped in front. Save made by Hufford. Cusinelli now gets knocked down in the corner after he made a nice redirect, and Hufford a solid save to get it and hang on. And boy, right now, the Wildcats are just trying to weather this third period storm here, but Western Michigan is really pushing them.
Yeah, Western Michigan's doing a good job taking advantage of their opportunities. Arizona's getting some good opportunities going the other way as well. It's not that Arizona's not having any scoring opportunities or scoring chances. It's just Western Michigan's doing a good job taking advantage of maybe some giveaways or being able to skate across the blue line. And for Arizona, just kind of keep doing what you're doing. The effort level is there. You got to make sure that guys like Wyatt Ford and Corey Savula, some of these guys who have caused problems going forward, are kind of buoyed. At least at the blue line, but again, those neutral zone battles are so crucial right now. A face-off in the Western Michigan zone as Arizona was going to go on the power play here.
Arizona is on the power play, and a tripping call against Kevin Glass. There's a shot tipped over top of the net as Arizona with possession here, and it's cleared on down, and U of A 0 for 2 on the power play in this game. This is the biggest one of the night by far. They have a 4-3 lead. 9 minutes to go in the third. 1:43 to go in the power play. And here's Marshall cutting into the forehand. Lost the puck and ends up running into the goal post and dislodging the net. Face off. Looks like it'll come outside. Yeah, Glass is the one, I think, who tripped Cusinelli as he cut by in front of the net. Got called for it. I have not seen Stallhuth come back out. kind of scanning the bench to see if I can catch a glimpse of him out there, but he has not come back out, I don't believe. It just keeps getting tougher for the Wildcats, but they have a 1-goal lead here, and they push in. Johansson behind the net. Right side, Bailey Marshall. Up to the right point hole, his shot off a foot and out. Face-off should stay inside, it will.
Kind of feel the tension here in the arena as well. You know, a completely different shift in tone from that first period where it looked like Arizona was really just going to run away with it. Credit to Western Michigan here for really bringing the fight back and staying in this game and possibly get in a chance to tie it up.
Johansson side of the net, tries to go short side. He was stopped by Hufford. Puck to the right point. Hole hanging on, left side. The left wing corner centering feed is blocked. Cleared around the dasher, down it goes. You can tell Arizona's feeling it a little bit here pressure-wise because they're trying to force pucks through instead of being patient and waiting for that look to open up. Right now they're really trying to force some shots through instead of improving the angle. They cut in though into the slot, a shot, Hufford save, rebound, sitting in front, they score! Finally jammed over the line by Johansson as Hufford was unable to come up with a puck. A huge power play goal for the Wildcats. It's 5-3. When all else fails, everybody go to the net.
Johansson, a guy who just picked up his second goal here. I believe if that's who indeed does pick up that goal here. A guy who's really put in a lot of great shifts here today. You like to see him get rewarded with a goal there. Again, just kind of a full force crash into the net there, making sure that just kind of throw the puck on net, crash, try and get a rebound and shove it in there, and that's what Johansson was able to do. A huge power play goal for Arizona because you kind of felt the pendulum swinging the other way there for a little bit. It's good to have a 2-goal cushion there after the goal on the power play.
Boy, they needed that one. You can breathe a little easier, but again, you can't take your foot off the gas. But that was different from what they were doing before when they were set up. Again, just trying to force some pucks through. Instead, they drove the net that time, put traffic to the net, and it results in another rebound goal against Western Michigan. They've been better about it, but not on that one.
Number 28, Alex Johansson. Well, that's Johansson unassisted. Time of your Wildcat power play goal, 11 minutes, 56 seconds in the third period.
Wildcats on the regroup. We are 5-on-5, but Western Michigan on the forecheck forcing a turnover. That was Ford. Santa up in on the right side, played around towards the point, not out. And now it's bumped out. The Wildcats are going to have to take extra care here, Will, of the puck. They're going to have to make sure that every play is off the glass and out. They have a 2-goal cushion once again. They have to make sure the puck gets at least to center, if not further.
Yeah, Western Michigan, you've kind of seen take advantage of some of those opportunities that they have had moving forward. And for Arizona, you can't just kind of give them those. You know, they have to make sure they're working hard for them. If they do get them, you don't just want to hand them any opportunities.
Timor left side looking for Bird. Bird can't break the zone. Try to put it back to Timor, lost it in his skates. Boy, Western Michigan is still buzzing on the forecheck here. Puck's still in the zone. Olsen pulling it down. He'll try the right side where Timor will wedge one high in the air, cross corner. No icing here. Arizona getting a partial change now, turning it right back in on the right side. Here's a pass into the slot. Cusinelli, a shot, and Hufford absorbs that, hangs on. 6.5 minutes to go in this third period. Arizona 5-3 over Western Michigan. It's been a wild one. I think the third period, the first period was great. Don't get me wrong, if you're a Wildcats fan, you get those 3 goals, but this has been the most entertaining, I think.
Yeah, it really settled down after that first period. Arizona really, took it to them in that first period. I think you maybe attribute some of that to the bus ride and being on the road for Western Michigan. But again, the second and third period here have been a lot of back and forth, a lot of good action and good hockey for both teams here.
Puck is in the Western zone and trying to get out. Now you get a penalty coming up against the Wildcats. It's going to be an interference call. And boy, you got a lot of upset people. Here we go. The original penalty was going to be interference against Jesse Lowell, and Lowell is getting into it on his way to the penalty box as he's getting pushed by Kevin Glass. And Glass got dumped towards the line. Looked like he took an extra swing at one of the Wildcat players.
I think they weren't too happy with Cusinelli kind of shooting the puck after the whistle had blown there.
No, they definitely weren't happy, but the Wildcats end up with 2 guys in the box. So Lowell was the original penalty. Westland is in there now as well.
I mean, it was an interference there on Lowell. It's just right in front of the net and just kind of threw a guy down. But again, interested to see how they kind of sort out some of the scrums there at the end.
Let's see, who is that? That is going to be Zappa, who ends up in the box. At least Zappa. He's the one that's in there right now for Western. But they might not be done putting people in yet. So interference was the initial call. If everything evens up after that, Western Michigan has a big power play coming up with 6:09 to go, but we'll see where all the penalties end up.
There's 4 Wildcats in the penalty box
it's
here.
It's a little
so.
packed up over there. And boy, if it's a 5-on-3 at this juncture, oh, that's a nightmare. So the only thing we know for sure is Lowell's interference call. Everything else, we're just kind of waiting on. Will, you got your pen ready? Because you're going to have to do some writing.
Yes, lots of guys. I don't know if there's too much more room in there, so hopefully Arizona doesn't pick up another penalty. He'll be standing up in there.
One of the Arizona players just took a swing at someone in the penalty box. I still can't see. There's some people standing up in front of the Western Michigan box. I know Zapp is in there, but I can't see if there's anybody else. I think there's 2 guys in there maybe, or maybe just 1. Again, can't really tell. I think it's only Zappa.
I think it is only Zappa.
So this would seem odd to me if there were 4 players in for the Wildcats and only 1 for Western Michigan.
So I was about to say, I didn't want to sound too much like a homer here, but you know, to have 4 guys to go to the box for some roughing penalties, you'd think that there'd be some of that on the Western Michigan side as well, other than just Zappa. Again, the Lowell penalty is probably an interference call and will be just a penalty as so. But
I'll be shocked if the Wildcats end up with 3 or 4 minors and Western Michigan gets 1. Really surprised. Although I will say this, Western Michigan coach Chris Broussard has been riding the officials all night, and the squeaky wheel gets the grease. And he is, I mean, every time I've looked over at the bench and something's going on, a whistle blows, Broussard hops down in front of the bench and is leaning over it, yelling at someone in stripes. Yeah, and, I mean, you can say anything you want about that, but after a while, it is effective.
Yeah, and provenly so here. If that is the case, where there's only 1 Western Michigan guy going to the box, and just separating all of that, there more than likely is going to be a 5-on-3 opportunity here for Western Michigan, apart from maybe some more Western Michigan guys going to the box. But again, it looks like the penalties are done here. So, you know, yeah, it will be. There's 3 penalties up on the board here for Arizona, so probably, yeah, 5-on-3 coming here for Western Michigan. An absolutely crucial 5-on-3 at a horrible time in the game to take all those penalties. But again, if you're Western Michigan, you're loving it. You're saying, here's our opportunity to come back in this game, down 2. We have a bunch of guys in the box. Let's go get it.
So they have 3 penalties up for Arizona, none for. So Zappa is. I don't even know if I can begin to explain this because I don't entirely know what the calls are. I can't explain it because I don't know what the calls are. But I can tell you Westland's in there, Lowell is in there. He was the original penalty. Also, they've got Freiberg in there.
And Cusinelli's in there as well.
Which doesn't help you to have Westland and Cusinelli in there, 2 of your better scorers. So right now, And there's only room for 3 minors up on the board anyway here on the scoreboard. There's 3 2-minute minors up for the Wildcats. There is nothing on the Western Michigan side. So did Zappa get a misconduct? If he got a 10, though, there's only 6:09 to go in the third. He would have been gone, yeah. So, but it's 5-on-3.
Western Michigan, number 23, Joey Zappa, 2 minutes for roughing. Arizona penalty on number 21, Jesse Lowell, 2 minutes for interference. A Wildcat penalty on number 12, Chris Westland, 2 minutes for roughing. A Wildcat penalty on number 33, Wes Freiberg, 2 minutes for roughing. A Wildcat penalty on number 15, Anthony Cusinelli, 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct. All penalties at 13 minutes, 51 seconds of the third period.
Okay, so 5-on-3 it is. And Western Michigan working forward, getting it over. There's a shot up over top of the net, and it'll be held on to by Western Michigan forward, putting it over right side, a shot, and that one right back through the crease. Ooh, that hit the referee. Wildcat fans not too upset about that. Siwula up top, here's forward, top of the near circle, tried to toe drag around, lost the puck, but it comes back up top. Siwula with a shot off Churro, and the rebound to the near side. Boy, Churro's going to have to be absolutely huge here at net. Ford trying to put it down to the near side. Flip back up top. Ford, high slot, lets it go, and he missed and out of play. That might have grazed off the bar on the way out. 44 seconds to go on the 2 minors that are currently counting down. Freiberg's has not even started yet because you can only run 2 at the same time.
And I think there's a cross-checking penalty there.
No, you're right. There is a cross-checking penalty, and that one goes against Kozar. Boy, that's a bad time to take that penalty, but boy, Wildcats fans will take it. And that one at 15:08. What a crazy period this has turned out to be.
Trying to sort all this out, I can only imagine how tough that is for the linesmen to try and make sure guys are in the box and for doing what and for how long and how many guys are on the ice. I mean, I'm trying to keep up over here myself.
I'm still surprised at how many.
Austin Kozar, 2 minutes for cross-checking. Time of the penalty, 15 minutes, 8 seconds.
So it's 4-on-3, by the way, right now. There's a shot coming in wide of Churro, and that one is sent down the ice. Timor finding a slot and getting it all the way down. Now starting to feel a little bit of urgency from Western Michigan. 4.5 to go in the third. They trail by 2. It's 5-3. It is a 4-on-3 power play right now. Siwula with a shot blocked, and it caroms out of the zone. Big block by Timor. And now a pass attempt that is tipped back down by Dawson Marshall, who has to hustle back. Siwula in on the left side. One player back on the ice, and the returning player is Lowell. There's a chance in the slot, a bouncing puck just wide to the far post in the Arizona goal. So right now it is 4-on-4. Puck sent across. Siwula chips it onto the left wing. Barry, his shot, diving block there. Nice job by Lowell, just sacrificed himself in front of it. Now a lead up the right side, and he's trying to catch up with it. Lowell on a rolling puck into the corner. Wrapping it around, looking for help, feeds the high slot, Hole fakes, walks it down, wrist shot, save made, and the rebound behind the net, Hole on it. Hole banking to the right point, Rowe will just pull it back out to center. Arizona trying to get a change here. They wanted to direct that one deeper, but Western Michigan also changing up the player personnel. Churro flipping it away to the right side. And that one will be picked up as the Wildcats rush it ahead. Here's Decker on the left wing, on the backhand, trying to put it in front. Decker stops out the far side, shot, and that one is knocked out of play off the shoulder of Hufford. Boy, we are in for an exciting finish here. 2:52 to go in the third. It's 5-3 Arizona. There is now one penalty left on the board. That belongs to Freiberg. 43 seconds to go in that. So this is Western Michigan's last part of this whole power play sandwich here. And they have that for the next 40 and counting now. And, well, you know, say what you want, but your goalie has to be your best penalty killer quite often, and I think Churro's been that here tonight.
Yeah, Churros came up with a lot of huge saves. You know, 3 goals allowed even is pretty uncharacteristic for him, and you know, and that's, you know, that's saying high praise for a goalie who is always standing on his head pretty much and coming up with big saves. And when you know, when you have a 5-on-3 and all these power plays and stuff, there's only so much your defense can do. You're going to get a lot of shots put towards you, and he's came up big and made sure that this lead stays at 2.
Another big stop there. Siwula from the top of the far circle, but Churro just so good laterally, got over to his left, absorbed that one, hung on to it. 7 seconds to go until Freiburg is back. Face-off is controlled by Western. Siwula trying to force one through. It's cleared to the corner. Arizona has gotten through the 5-on-3, the 4-on-3, the 5-on-4. They have finally gone back to 5-on-5. There's a chance from the slot sent wide. Rowe ends up with it. Rowe stops, peels away from the check of Ford. Wildcats will bring it ahead. Here's Hull skating it in, carrying wide, hooks it towards the slot, cleared back the other way. Boy, Arizona better be careful. I don't think they can throw 4 guys into a rush like that. They got away with it this time, but I would not do it again. 1:34 to go, and there goes the goaltender Hufford to the bench. The extra man is out. Wildcats clear the zone. Puck at center. They can't get a shot at the empty net. Zappa banks it in off a teammate's skate. Cleared back down. Siwula knocking it down. He'll try the left side. Zappa tipping it on. Big check standing up at the line there, and it's cleared out of play. And will that be delay of game? No, I think the faceoff will just stay inside.
I mean, there's a minute and 11 left in this game, still up 2. For Arizona to kill off all those penalties, you know, we've highlighted them, you know, throughout the year, how strong they are on the penalty kill, and we saw it on a showcase right there. An excellent effort all around from the Wildcats to keep this game at a 2-goal lead, and the game really kind of unraveled there for a minute as well. Arizona did a really good job making sure that they stayed tight, stayed fit, and made sure that they weren't doing even more things that could have hurt themselves.
Face-off will be to the right of Churro. And Western wins it back. Left point shot did not get through the traffic. There's a chance at the empty net. Just missing the far post was Decker, and that's an icing. I will say, with a 2-goal lead, I don't mind the team taking chances at the empty net and generating some icing calls against. Well, if it were 5-4, I don't think I'd be a big fan of that. But at 5-3, I think you have enough of that cushion that you can take those chances. So timeout for Western Michigan here. 1 minute, 1 second left in the third. Arizona 5, Western Michigan 3.
I just want to give some credit here to Western Michigan. Going into that first intermission down 3 goals, pretty much had nothing really working for you in that first period. And to come back in the second and third period and really make this a game and really make Arizona work for it, it shows a lot of resiliency from them, especially being on the road.
And that's the kind of start you expect from a road team. A lot of times we see it from Arizona here at Tucson Arena, but in this particular case, it was Western Michigan off to a bit of a slow start. So the Stallions still huddling at the bench. Coach Broussard with the whiteboard out. Wildcats have gone back to line up for the face-off already, but not a whole lot you can really say at this point. But if you're one of those 5 guys out on the ice against the 6 from Western, you just got to outwork them.
Yeah, it's just all a matter of effort, really. And one of the things, too, for Arizona that I really do feel confident in saying is that they really worked hard this game. You know, it always wasn't there for them on the offensive end, but you know, they have worked hard for checking and putting their bodies in front of pucks and really doing a good job defensively and obviously killing off those penalties.
Chance at the empty net again misses, and this will again be an icing call. As Dawson, Marshall pushed ahead there, got the puck over the line, but unfortunately did not put it on net. And again, with a 2-goal cushion, you don't mind those chances. If you do make it 6-3, the game's over by most accounts. 51.8 seconds to go, and this time Arizona wins the face-off. Cleared around the right side, Glass. It does get to center. Western trying to hurry it back up the near wall. Arizona content to just pin it up against the glass in front of the visiting penalty box. Western digs it out, 33 seconds to go. Carried into the right side, Ford, off-angle chance, and Churro the save. Rebound is free, ends up in the far corner. Dawson Marshall on it again. He'll just send it out to center. Avoids a check there neatly. Marshall cuts off an attempted pass right in front of the Western bench, flips it towards the empty net, but not enough gas to go. 12 seconds left in this one. Western attacking again on the left wing side. And they go down in a heap in the corner, but a nice job there by Rowe just to tie his man up. We get a whistle with 2.8 to go as they landed on top of the puck. Nice job by Arizona. They bent and didn't quite break. They allowed a few more goals probably than they'd like. But at the end of the day, Will, they're hanging on here. They're going to pick up a big win against a Western Michigan team that really pushed them pretty hard physically.
Yeah, really hard effort and just a really solid effort all around. And, you know, when you pick up that many penalties and all of that, it's tough to kill all of those off, obviously, but it's even more difficult to do that when you're trying to close out a game as well. And Arizona did a really good job there, you know, making sure that they didn't let this game slip away from them when really, I mean, they had control of this game and had a chance to really put it away early, and Western Michigan came back and really tried to make it a game.
Well, the face-off win by Arizona. They'll just kill the clock. And it is official. Put it in the books. Arizona with a 5-3 win over Western Michigan. An impressive effort here tonight. These same two teams again tomorrow night. 7:30 start here at Tucson Arena. And boy, there are all kinds of different ways that they got it done, Will, but whether it was outworking or capitalizing on a power play with a huge power play goal, getting great saves from Anthony Churro, Wildcats get it done.
Yeah, that's kind of been the story for Arizona. It hasn't always been pretty, but, you know, they do come up big in the moments when they really need to, and they do come up big killing penalties, like we said, and they do a really good job closing out games as well. A really strong, deserved 5-3 win here. We'll send it down to Jackson Peters here with the player of the game. Looks like he's with Alex Johansson, scorer of 2 goals here. And really, it really started with him. You know, a lot of efforts from all around. A lot of guys kind of balanced scoring today. But again, yeah, for a guy like Johansson who has played so well this season, you know, he was the key to today. You know, he came up with 2 really big goals, and you know, for a team that has so much balanced scoring, it's really nice to see a guy like Johansson who has been kind of going throughout this season. Let's send it down to Jackson.
Wildcats, Alex Johansson. Now, Alex scored 2 big goals tonight. You now lead the team in goals, but I'm sure that's not too big of a concern to you right now, of course, getting the win. How do you feel about your guys' play tonight here?
We feel good. We got the win. It's a little bit of a sloppy one. We definitely have to clean some stuff up and come out harder tomorrow.
Yeah, so again, the same team tomorrow, and like you said, a little bit sloppy here tonight. What do you guys, you know, specifically need to change for tomorrow?
It's just the little things, you know, getting pucks deep, short chips off the wall, just hard forecheck, you know, just felt like we couldn't get in that groove tonight, but like I said, we got another day tomorrow.
Thanks, Alex. Appreciate it. Congrats on the win. And now I'm joined by head coach Chad Berman. And coach, just like Alex said, you know, a little bit sloppy, not quite the play you expect from this U of A team here tonight. What do you expect is going to change for tomorrow's game?
I certainly hope effort. I didn't think we came prepared to play. I thought we went through the motions. I think we're pretending to be a top 10 team.
So how, instead of pretending to be a top 10 team, what do you think separates, you know, a pretender from a real contending top 10 team?
Championship teams bring it every night, every shift, no matter what the score is, and we've yet to get to that point.
Well, congrats on the win, coach, and good luck tomorrow. If you're joining us on our YouTube or Facebook page, I'll send it back to the booth with Will Harmon. If you're joining us in-house, I hope you'll join us right here tomorrow at 7 p.m. when the Wildcats take on the same Western Michigan University. Thank you, and have a good night.
Well, we just heard Chad Berman talk about kind of the consistency issues with Arizona throughout the season. That's been the story. He just said, championship teams bring it every night. We've seen a glimpse of what this championship team could be, and we saw it in that first period.
Strong words right there from Chad Berman. We're pretending to be a top 10 team, and we did. We talked about the inconsistency of the Wildcats, but they had a great start to the game. Up 3-0, 10 minutes into the first period. But you had to expect some pushback from Western Michigan, and they did. They're a physical team. They brought a lot of that effort back. They managed to get a couple of goals, and then late, just a weird penalty situation in that third period that saw the Wildcats down 5-on-3 for an extended stretch. But they got through it. They navigated that. They killed it off. So the penalty kill tonight gets 3 stars for me. I thought that was a great effort from those guys, and Anthony Churro certainly anchored that effort. And then they did capitalize on some of their chances, but it was a back-and-forth game. And to not expect Western to push back like they did, they didn't drive all this way to do nothing. So I thought it was a pretty good hockey game overall. But from Coach Berman's perspective, he's a guy who's never really satisfied. And I think from his perspective, there were times when they got pushed around a little too much, or they gave up too many chances, or just some giveaways in the neutral zone. That's what he wants to see corrected.
Yeah, and so we heard from Johansson there as well, a player of the game, deservedly so, 2 goals. Another highlight, I think, was kind of the balanced scoring top to bottom. Goals from a bunch of different guys, assists from a bunch of different guys, and for a team who, we highlight that top line so often, and they do come up big, and but we saw 2 of those guys in the box there at the end. So I mean, maybe those are some of those things that maybe need to be fine-tuned. But again, 12-2-2 for Arizona. For a team who isn't really all that consistent, to be 12-2-2 and ranked 7, you got to be feeling pretty good about something.
Well, and that's kind of the flip side of that coin, right, is you're still winning hockey games. So you feel like if you do get it together and you do start to play those 60-minute efforts, you can't let teams be satisfied even when they're winning to a certain extent. Yeah, you got to know when to push the buttons. And I think that's really what Chad Berman is trying to do, is push the right buttons to keep this team motivated, to not let them go, we're 12-2-2. What else do you want us to do? There is always something to improve. You can always do something better. And I think that's what his point is for the Wildcats here. And as you mentioned, the balance scoring was nice to see, especially for a team that's been battling some injuries. And there's bumps and bruises throughout the lineup. Stallhuth did not come back into the game tonight, so we wonder what we'll find out for him for tomorrow as well. But you need guys to step up. And I think lower in the lineup, we saw some of those guys step up. I thought Larson had a good game. Dawson Marshall had a good game. We called his number quite a bit. Lowell had a good game. But again, one of the things, at the end, the discipline, they didn't quite hold their temper and ended up with that power play situation. Fortunately, Western did not score, but that's another situation you got to look at and say, hey, we got to keep it in check, guys.
Right, and that's the thing that we talk about a lot too, that penalty kill and how strong it is. We saw it there. However, they did give up that second goal there for Western Michigan came on the power play. So again, they are strong, and they did well to close out that game, killing off all those penalties. But again, putting in the box, it's never good to be down a guy. No. I think in a weird way, this game kind of summarized the season in general. You're up 3-0, you're feeling good. Everything's clicking, and then all of a sudden it kind of came off the rails a little bit there, and then they closed out well because they do have a lot of talent on this team. Now, headed into tomorrow, I expect Western Michigan to kind of be more of the team from the second and third period than the first period. They're on the road. They came off the bus, and a long bus trip there from Michigan to Arizona. Obviously, that's not easy in general, and then now you're playing hockey, and it takes you a little bit to kind of get going. So as far as tomorrow goes, maybe some of those penalties kind of bleed into tomorrow and some of those scrums a little bit. Maybe things kind of get a little bit more physical.
If I'm Western Michigan, I go home thinking we should have won this game. We were capable of winning this game. We didn't start on time. That's a reason to be angry and a reason to come back and try harder tomorrow. And I expect Western to come out flying tomorrow. So 7:30, same 2 teams tomorrow night, so it should be an entertaining one. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, 7:15 again tomorrow for our broadcast. 7:30 puck drop. again, so that'll be between the Arizona Wildcats and the Western Michigan University Stallions. For Will Harmon, Tom Callahan, thank you so much. And again, we do want to send out our best wishes to Timothy Gasson, who is kind of under the weather here for an indefinite amount of time. We hope that he is doing well. Everyone here at the Arizona media team hopes that he is doing well as well, and our best wishes are with him. So, for Will Harmon and Tom Callahan and our entire Arizona media team, this has been Arizona Wildcats Hockey.
Thank you for watching University of Arizona Wildcats Hockey. Visit our website at ArizonaWildcatHockey.org, and we'll see you at the Tucson Arena for the next Arizona Wildcats home game.